Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's that time. About a minute early, but it's still that time, more or less, roughly 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Friday evening or wherever you're at in the world, just write this time down, bookmark it, add it to your calendars. This is when we get together and do a live stream and talk about any and all things vegan related. And often later on in the live streams after an hour or so, we often delve into things that are even non-vegan related. So if you are a vegan, as many of our happy fam people are, and really good seeing you guys a couple nights ago on the members only live stream. I again apologize that we kind of just didn't do one for several months. So it was good to get back into it. Angie had a good time. I had a good time. Hopefully you guys had a good time. I'm glad to see you guys all back here. So thanks for spending 2 evenings with us on a live stream. So in case you don't know who I am, my name is Ryan. Me and Angie are Happy Healthy Vegan. We're the YouTube channel that's not run by sociopaths, narcissists, or grifters. No, we simple people are your hosts here. We have an evidence-based information show. So if you're looking for like woo-woos and weird non-scientific stuff, this is not the place. We are ethical vegans first and foremost. And that's what we focus on here. So if you're trying to come here to find some other thing about veganism, you think it has something other to do than animal cruelty and exploitation, being against those things, we will get into the other aspects of veganism, but we are ethical vegans first and foremost. So we talk about all things vegan, though we can get into other stuff, climate, diet, stuff like that. That's cool too. And if you're vegan curious, vegan interested, this is a great place to come and learn and listen and ask questions. We're here to help you. A lot of people have some just really easy, simple questions that can be answered by people that have some experience as we do here. So ask away if you are new or learning or just have some questions. I'll see if I can answer it for you. I'm not a dietitian. I'm not a biochemist. I'm just a simple YouTube content creator, music producer of several decades, and we'll try our best here with you. Let's see. I thought I was going to say something else too. Oh, also too, if you happen to be watching because you hate me, you're a bigot, you hate me because I'm either vegan or Asian or whatever, particularly vegan though, let us know. Let us know why you hate vegans for. If you hate Asian, just go F yourself and I'll just ban yourself from our channel if you're a complete racist bigot. But if you're a vegan bigot, you still suck, but I'd like to hear why you hate vegans for. We're a peaceful bunch. We're not shouting in your faces unless you encounter the few that are out doing a protest and you happen to be in their crossfires. But generally vegans are chill, such as myself. It's kicking back here on a Friday night with a bunch of fellow chill vegans at their homes and places of work and wherever they may be on Friday nights. So if you have a question about veganism, you think it sucks, you hate me, you hate us, you're a vegan bigot, let me know why that is, and maybe we can clear some issues up. Maybe just had some like preconceived ideas about vegans that are totally off and we can help you out. So hey, Fu Man Poo. Yeah, I guess I'm talking about your governor, perhaps, huh? Oh, my shirt. Yeah, hey, sweet potato sister. Yeah, I haven't worn this one in a long time. I got it from the channel known. She used to be called like Basic Vegan Bitch. Then she like changed it, like I think just a Basic Vegan or something like that. Caution, very hot. So anyway, I don't know. I haven't worn this for a long time. Maybe I don't look as good in white t-shirts. I think at least in here, they reflect too much light. I think it looks okay. I think my camera's picking it up all right though. But I just found this and it fits me pretty well too. I guess I got a good size. A lot of shirts I got like maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, back when I was like a runner and cyclist. I weighed like 20 pounds less. I was going, ooh, I'm thinner now. I can wear these tighter shirts and be all cool and stuff. Well, they don't fit as well anymore. That I weigh about 195 pounds now, as opposed to 175, 180 back in my hardcore running days. Now I'm basketball player, so I have a slightly different physique now than when I was just like burning billions of calories out on long runs. So I see a question. First of all, I see all our happy fam here. I see Sarah said she's not a deficient vegan. Oh, she is. Sarah, she said you are a deficient vegan right now because you're fasting. I remember you told us that you fast on occasion, so I hope that's going good for you. Yeah, I never fast, in case anyone's wondering. That sounds really scary and unpleasant to me, but if it's working for you, Sarah, totally awesome. Let's see. Josh has a question. Hey, Happy. You can call me Happy. I go by Ryan. But anyway, do you recommend starting a vegan diet cold turkey or easing into it? Well, I don't know where you're at right now in your like life right now, Josh, where you're at with your vegan, like why do you want to be vegan in the first place? Is it because you're against animal cruelty and exploitation? That's why I went vegan. And because of that, I eased my way into it. I go, wow, it's totally wrong to harm animals. And I took a trip. It was like 4 or 5 days in San Francisco. We stayed at our friends' really nice place. It's like an Airbnb. It's their house that they rent out. Anyway, yeah, Noe Valley, a lot of restaurants right in there. And the one that we went to every night always had a vegan option and a vegetarian option. I was just going for the vegan options every night. And then every time I went to the store, we just bought plants, didn't get any animal products, did it for those days. I felt amazing. I thought it was great. I go, why am I not like doing this all the time? So I went back home. I was lazy. I still kind of living more vegetarian. One day I said, screw it, vegan. I'm just gonna just so I kind of eased into it, and then I went cold turkey. I kind of did both, Josh. I just realized I'm being stupid. I'm totally against animal cruelty and exploitation. Why am I like being so lazy and inconsistent? It's so easy. And that was in 2010. I go, wow, it's so easy now. Because I remember I tried going vegetarian in the early 90s. It was a lot tougher. But going vegan in 2010 seems so easy. And now in 2023, it's even way easier. So whatever you got to do to get vegan, Josh, if you know, whatever you got to do, whatever's going to work out best for you. So Sarah, about your fasting, let's see. I only want a week. Been doing this since college in the early 90s. Wow. Yeah, it sounds like you know what you're doing. You fast for 1 week per year. You're on day 2 of 7. The hard part is over. Hunger disappears and energy returns on day 3. Kind of curious, Sarah. You've been doing it since college. Like, what motivated you to do it back then, and what motivates you to keep doing it now? Is it the same motivation, or is it a different one? Just kind of curious. For me, just the thought of intentionally going out without food for long periods of time, I can't compute that. But you know, I'm not, that's just me. I'm not saying I'm like the dictator, cult leader, and you have to do it. I'm just kind of curious what the motivation is. Is it like a cleansing thing, like psychological, spiritual thing, or I know, just kind of curious. Sarah, let me know, because I value what you say. The AAA atheist. Well, how do you know what I'm going to do? If you want to debunk veganism, the AAA anarchist atheist, try to debunk veganism. I am a philosopher by training. I tell you, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a dietitian. I'm a logician by training. So present your best argument. Here's all you got to do. Just don't do dumb personal attacks, as a lot of you anti-vegans do. A lot of you guys are not only anti-vegan, you're anti-people of color, anti-LGBTQ, and just the whole gamut of unwoke. And when trying to debunk veganism, give me your best example or argument. If you can follow these basic requests, because this is not a debate channel. You might think it is, but it's not. It's a critical thinking channel. So give us your best debunking of veganism. Give me your best example, your best argument, and we'll look at it. We'll shine the light of critical thinking on it and see what comes up, okay? So instead of accusing me of doing a hissy fit, just tell me what your point is, instead of doing an ad hominem attack, because you're already kind of you're already crossing the line here with the personal attacks. So just tell me what your friggin' point is, and we'll have a listen. If you don't have a point, then why the hell are you here? You're just here to like hassle me for throwing tissy fits. Now, I don't typically throw tissy fits unless I'm already pissed off about something that may have happened earlier. So right now is a great time. Give me your best debunking of veganism. Are you going to give us one or not? Or are you just here to troll? So anyway, all right, so let me say hello to everyone else here. Okay, so Sarah, I'm just curious about your fasting. Back then, the fast was a reset. Okay, I get that. Not that I've done it myself, but I understand. Now it's to thwart some inflammatory measure. Okay, I understand that too. Your taste, smell has been diminished, and you're seeing if the fast will clear it up. Huh, interesting. Okay, cool. Totally respect, totally get it. Hey, Graven babies, how's it going? No, the only hey Graven babies, the only person kind of falling into your category there is the AAA person. I didn't respond to your argument last week. Well, maybe you didn't present an argument, so you caught me here fresh. Present your argument this week. Instead of complaining about what I may have done last week, if someone gives me an argument, I respond to it. You know why, AAA atheist? Why I don't believe you? Because I love arguments. I love arguments. It's what I majored in. I majored in philosophy, the study of arguments, basically. So if you have an argument for me, give it to me right now. Don't talk about the one that you may or may not have given last week, because I really doubt you probably threw something at us, probably maybe flung a poop maybe, but I really doubt that you gave an argument. Do you know what an argument is? If you have one, give it to me. I'm all eyes, all ears. I welcome, please. My birthday is in about a week and a half. Give me an early birthday present here, Mr. or Mrs. AAA. Give me an argument. Make my day, okay? And Dr. Bear, is Dr. Bear here? I remember Dr. Bear is having her birthday tonight, her 30th birthday. So if you're watching right now, I don't see it, but if you're watching after the fact, Dr. Bear, happy birthday, Dr. Bear. Hope you and Mr. Bear are having a wonderful evening celebrating a milestone birthday. So best wishes to you, Dr. Bear. Happy birthday, Dr. Bear. Joseph Logan, you have an argument against veganism? Well, you're a channel member, so I I'm curious what he would have to say. So we're seeing if Mr. or Mrs. AAA will give me an early birthday present and present me a argument, not just a poop fling or some ad hominem attack or something like that, or some kind of fallacy, some kind of argument. That would totally make you would see a smile on me, but you wouldn't recognize me. I would be so stoked if an anti-vegan actually presented an argument, because I don't think it's ever happened yet, to be honest with you. I don't think it's ever happened. Okay, so anyway, we're waiting for AAA to get the steam firing up in their brain and pump out an argument. Make my day. Yeah, Dawn, the only fasting I do is, when I go to sleep, 7-8 hours later, I wake up, and then like today, I go to the gym, so I'm there 2 hours, but it took me an hour of doing other stuff in the morning before I actually got there, and I probably had fasted for maybe 10, 11, 12 hours. I don't know. Hey, Uncle, yes, Ryan loves to debunk. You got that right. If there's one thing that Ryan loves besides Angie, it's debunking. So it's funny how AAA comes here, talks a big talk, accuses me of ignoring his or her argument. I said, all right, who cares? That was last week. Present it now. Maybe I was in a crap mood last week. I could have been. I think I was... it's perturbed by some things happening in life, such as all the construction that's been going on here, lack of sleep, and everything else like that. Hey, Dutchy360, hey, thanks for the first and hopefully not last super chat tip of the day.
Did you catch Joey's debate with Tristan Tate yesterday? That S*** was agonizing to watch. Felt discouraged after it about our tactics in outreaching.
Yeah, thanks there, Dutchy. I didn't know it was happening right when it happened. I knew they were talking about it. Joey was talking about it could happen sometime in the future, but I was on YouTube. I was doing something else, but I saw, it's happening right now. So I clicked on, watched a few minutes of it. And it's just that jerk smoking a cigar, trying to, I'm a toxic masculine man. I smoke cigar and blah, blah, blah. And then he wasn't even talking about veganism. I didn't wait for him to even finish to see what how Joey would respond. Joey looked frustrated because he was just going off about environmentalism and how you could buy food in stores and stuff. That's not what veganism is. I don't think Tristan or whatever his name is has any idea what veganism is. I think it has something to do with the environment or consumerism, capitalism. I don't know. It was not about veganism. So that was just a little tiny segment I saw. So I'd like to see more of it later on. I can't remember what I was doing, but I just remember I only could watch a minute or two, and it just, that windbag just kept going on and on and on. Okay, Josh is here. He would ask another question, Josh. Josh asks, why reject the consumption of certain animal products that do not harm animals, like milk? Josh, can you explain to me how milk is how milk does not harm animals? Well, first of all, let's look at the definition of veganism here. Let me get it up. That didn't sound right. Let me get the definition up here. the naughtiest thing I've ever said on a live stream. It's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. So let's just pretend the animals aren't even harmed, Josh. Let's just imagine we have this perfect world where animals or cows aren't harmed in the production of dairy. Well, exploitation means you're taking something away from someone else unfairly. Let's look at what the word, if you don't believe me, let's look it up. All right, definition of exploitation, right here. The action or fact of treating someone unfairly in order to benefit from their work. Cows produce milk. Who do they produce it for? They didn't, you know, whether you believe in God or evolution, cows aren't produced, they weren't created so that they could produce milk for humans. They produce milk for their own, and you're taking it away. That's why they're pregnant. First of all, they have to be impregnated. So typically, cows are enforcibly impregnated, aka rape. So that there is a form of animal cruelty and exploitation, and so they're raped essentially to become pregnant so they can lactate. Well, in order to lactate and become pregnant, what happens? You produce babies, right? What happens to cows' babies? They're taken away. They're killed. Baby males either instantly killed or turned into veal. Real cruel delicacy for meat eaters. Female cows, their fate is to become what their mother cows are, milk cows. So there's tons of cruelty and exploitation in dairy. So that's why vegans don't drink dairy or take milk, as you said. It comes from not harming cows. No, I mean, there's cruelty and exploitation. Essentially, those are essential factors in dairy production. So imagine there's some magical place where cows are roaming freely through the hills of England or something, and they get together and fornicate or procreate without any forced impregnation, and magically milk comes out. Still, what's going to happen to the babies? Like, they just can't let the babies keep reproducing. They would take over. I mean, they have to keep the herd in check. So there's always going to be cruelty in dairy, and it's inherently exploitative. Just like honey, taking the work away from a cow, taking the work away from a bee. Bees didn't evolve or weren't created by God or whatever to make honey so humans could sweeten their drinks or whatever. It's for the health and functioning of the bee colony, the beehive. So you're taking their stuff away from them. So there's cruelty and exploitation no matter how you look at it. So AAA. Do you have an argument here? Oh, I think you started posting there. Okay, so you're saying switching to a plant-based diet creates a market surplus, which actually lowers the price of meat. Okay, is that true? Is that even true? Can you link? I would like to just understand if that's factually true. We can assume it to be true and just attack it on logical merits or analyze it on logical merits. Can you show me something? I know you can't paste links in here, Mr. or Mrs. AAA, but do you have a title of a news article I could read? I'm just curious. I would love to just even basically fact check that interesting claim. So please, if you have a story or some kind of government report that shows that the rise of plant-based diets, this is what your claim is. Basically, you're saying the increased popularity or adoption of plant-based diets has driven down the price of meat. I would love to see that. So again, if you have anything you can show me, again, in the form of a government report, again, paste the title and I'll Google it. I'm competent. So because you can't paste links. So let's just see if what you're saying is even factually true. I'm just curious. All right, Mr. or Mrs. AAA, please show us. But that, I don't think debunks veganism, even if it were true, but I would love to see that. Okay, well, AAA, let's show me the money on that one. And again, that isn't really an argument. You're just saying, assuming this proposition is true, then we can explore the consequences. It's a basic law of economics. Do you have a PhD in economics or something like that? And again, just show me. If you claim you know this to be a fact, you understand that. You're saying it's not belief, it's fact. So if this is something to be taken as fact, like say the Earth has one moon, orbits around our planet, these are facts. Mount Everest, the highest point on planet Earth, that's a fact. And you're saying that the rise of plant-based diets has decreased the price of meat. Just give me a story. I don't care what you have in your brain. Your brain could be completely demented for all I know. You could be spewing complete nonsense. You might believe it to be true, but we need to understand if this is fact or you're just kind of anti-vegan opinion. So please, just don't tell me it's basic economic fact. No, it's not absolutely evident to me or anyone here. I think I could speak for the rest of you guys. So please, if you know this to be true, just show me something besides your brain, not your brain, your belief. Something, a government study, a report, an article, somewhere on the internet that describes this. I would love to see it. Until then, this is just your assertion. Assertions are like assholes. Everyone has them, just like opinions. Anyway, Hutchie, even if that, I'm just saying, Hutchie, you're right, Hutchie4, even if that's fact, that has nothing to do with why I'm vegan. It has nothing to do with veganism. We'll look at the definition again. But I just want to see if that is fact or if that's just AAA's opinion. The argument okay, see, you're saying you have logic and arguments here, AAA, and you're not. First, you're trying to assert this proposition that I've repeated of yours several times, and now you're saying the argument is that there are better ways to protect animals. Well, that's not connected. You have it all confused here. First of all, nowhere in the definition of veganism does it say that it is intended to protect animals. We're against animal cruelty and exploitation. You understand that? If, like, say, there's like some ducks that are in trouble. I don't know what's happening. Their pond is drying up and they need help. That's not my job. I can't go and help all these ducks that are in need. I'm not there to protect the animals. I'm against animal cruelty and exploitation. If someone's out there trying to shoot them, okay, there's where vegans can step up. But I'm not really a law enforcement agent or anything like that. So my powers are limited, basically, other than going and harass the hunters, which could put my life in jeopardy. I'm saying we're against animal cruelty and exploitation. We're talking about how animals are exploited and harmed and ultimately killed so that you can have a sandwich or a burger or eggs or bacon or what have you. So that's what veganism is. I'm not sure what your belief. What do you think veganism means? That we're here to protect all the animals or something like that? That's not what it is. We're against animal cruelty and exploitation. Yeah, sure, we'd love to protect all the animals, but the reason why I went vegan isn't because some ducks are in trouble in a pond near my house or something like that. I went vegan because I know it's wrong to kill cows, pigs, and chickens for their meat and eggs and make bacon, crap like that, when I can just eat plants. It has nothing to do with like ducks being harmed or something like that in a pond near me. So anyway, Diablo Cell, yeah, threads. I heard, in the European Union, there are some issues for Meta launching threads there. Something about, privacy tracking and stuff like that. But Uncle has a good point. What is a better way to protect animals than not eating them? There are other ways. That's one way to protect farm animals that people eat, but veganism doesn't cover like lions and tigers and crocodiles and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, we don't really use products made out of them, obviously, but we can't protect every last animal. I mean, yeah, I'm not sure what I could, as a vegan, can do to help protect lions and tigers in Africa or something like that. So we'll see what he or she says about that. Josh Longy, that's an appeal to futility fallacy. Aren't there not more existential threats to humankind? I mean, you could say that about anything. You could say you anti-rape activists. I mean, people who are fighting for the rights of rape victims. Aren't there more important things, more existential threats to humankind than some ladies getting raped? You know, I mean, so we shouldn't fight any cause unless it poses an existential threat to humankind. Racism. I'm Chinese. I have experienced lots of, I don't know how to quantify. I've experienced racism, bigotry towards me because of my race. But that's not an existential threat to humanity. So according to your argument, Josh, because racism and bigotry don't threaten our existence here, we shouldn't care about that. We should only care about things that threaten our existence. So no, that argument isn't really fly. The reason why I'm against animal cruelty and exploitation is because it's wrong. Just like it's wrong to be a racist bigot. Just like it's wrong to rape people. It's just wrong. So I shouldn't just sit there, all these wrong things, I'm going to let them slide because I only care about existential threats. It doesn't work like that. Oh, did AAA pop back? I don't like it when these people say, I thought the main goal of veganism was to put factory farming out of business. No, that's not the main goal. If you look at the definition here, it doesn't make any mention about factory farming. It doesn't refer to small farms. It doesn't refer to medium-sized farms. It doesn't refer to backyard farms. We're against all forms of cruelty and exploitation to animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose. I don't care if the exploitation and cruelty happens on a factory farm. I don't care if it happens next door in my neighbor's backyard, if they're keeping animals there. I don't care where the cruelty and exploitation happens. I'm against all forms of cruelty and exploitation to animals. It's not a stance against factory farming or anything like that. I mean, sure, as a result of more and more and more people becoming vegan, you would expect at some point there would be less farming. But you're saying the economics of that isn't true, and I would love to see any kind of actual data besides your mere assertions of that being true. Do you understand? But yeah, we're against animal cruelty and exploitation. I don't care. The farm size is irrelevant. It has nothing to do with it. You're not going to get the answer you're looking for because you're coming here asserting something, and I'm all asking you is to show me some evidence. Is that too much to ask for? Tell me, AAA, is that too much to ask for? You're coming here making a pretty bold claim, one that is not entirely evident. It's not just basic like common sense to me or most people here, I would assume. So I'm just asking you for some support for that assertion. But you're saying this is not going how you like it. Yeah, because I'm actually calling you out to ask you, okay, if you're going to come here and say something so bold, show me some proof other than it's in your brain, because that just doesn't cut it here. My scientific idol, Carl Sagan, said extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. So just show us some evidence. It doesn't even have to be extraordinary. Show me something. But I'm not just going to let you just assert something that's not on its face clear and have us have to accept it based on the fact that you say it's my belief, it's common sense. It's not. So anyway, let's keep going on here. Unless you have something more to say, thanks for coming, Mr. or Mrs. AAA Anarchist. M. Lesh, hey, I'm not a medical doctor or anything like that, so I don't know what that neuropathy is. I have no clue on that one. I'm not going to BS you. I'm not going to pretend I'm a big know-it-all or something like that. I have no idea. Is anyone here in the live chat? No. I wasn't making fun of you, M. Lesh. I was making fun of other vegan YouTubers who just pretend that they know everything, and when asked a question like that, they know they don't know it. They know they have no training. They didn't graduate from high school or college, let alone go to medical school, but they'll pretend they know all these things. I'm not going to mention any of their names, but they're complete sociopaths and narcissists. So you can infer from there who I might be referring to. Yeah, ask your doctor, Graven. Good point, Graven. Yeah, ask a doctor. Don't ask just an untrained non-health professional such as I am. Just like I wouldn't ask like my car mechanic about that one either. But ask a doctor, M. Lesh, for sure. That's who you'd want to ask. So, and preferably, if you want to see if a vegan or plant-based diet will help you, try to find a plant-based doctor on that one. So anyway, you posted a link. Did anyone see the link here? I'm going to scroll back up. Well, first of all, you can't post links, Mr. or Mrs. AAA, so I'm not sure what you're talking about. So if I said what you can do is paste a title, like a title of the web page, like, you know, the title of the article or the report that you have. I didn't see the link, AAA. I just scrolled up again. I didn't see anything. So if you could do me a favor, and I know it requires so much energy to hit Command V, just paste it one more time for me, please, the title, because you can't paste a link because you're not an admin, you're not a moderator. So please just paste whatever you got. We'll take a look. Until you do, then I'm gonna ignore you. Okay. Fu Manpu, you have learned so much from Satan. What have you learned from Satan? I can't imagine. Oh yeah, Graven. I remember, yeah, your own doctor debunked veganism. Yeah, your doctor said that we get parasites by eating organic vegetables, because that's what veganism is, right? Veganism is a philosophy and way of living in which a person consumes only organic vegetables. Nope, didn't say that. Oops, not the definition. All right, so besides the link or web page title that we're waiting for, anyone else have an actual question for me? Good to see everyone, though. Good to see everyone. Hello, thanks. Good to see all our Happy Fam. Thanks for being with us at our Happy Fam members only live stream 2 nights ago. It was good to see y'all. Angie's right here. She had a great time. So thanks. Yeah, Graham. Yeah, the Final Dead show. Yeah, we watched that for sure. Yeah, there was a lot of issues getting the stream working at the beginning, but yeah, that drone show was totally awesome. I wish I could have seen that live. That looked like a hell of a drone show. Jokic, do I believe in aliens? Great question. I get asked this about once a month or so, and I would like to believe, is that what the poster on the X-Files said? I want to believe. I haven't seen aliens or UFOs or anything yet. At least nothing I can say for like relative certainty is one, you know, some lights a couple times, you know, it could be anything. But yeah, I would like to believe. I'm totally open to see aliens and or UFOs. But the universe hasn't kicked out yet. So if you're listening, Mr. or Mrs. Universe, show me some aliens, show me some UFOs. I would love to see them. But until then, I maintain a open-minded skepticism. Because how come I haven't seen them yet? You know, I'm outside, I'm looking at the sky all the time. Every time I fly on an airplane, which is not that often, I try to get the window seat, and I'm looking outside the whole time. And I'm not watching movies, I'm not looking at my magazine or iPhone. I'm looking out the window, I'm trying to see stuff, and I've never seen anything weird like that yet. So I would like to believe, and I have an open mind, but I have I'm just kind of skeptical, but I'm not so skeptical that I outright dismiss it. Because, you know, if you look at, again, Carl Sagan, he's done the math before. There's that, the Fermi equation? There should be something out there that is intelligent and can communicate with us. So hopefully it can find its way out here and not kill us, not destroy us like Neil deGrasse Tyson's vegetable aliens, the aliens made out of kale. So anyway, I'm a Mulder or a Scully. I don't know. How is one a Mulder or a Scully? Oh, the way you think about things. I think I'm a blend. Mulder can kind of just be too woo-woo, you know what I'm saying? Fox Mulder's kind of doesn't really have any logical grounding, you know what I'm saying? And Scully's maybe too skeptical. I think I'm a nice blend of Mulder and Scully as far as my aliens attitude goes. Good questions though, Graham. Okay, atheist, Mr. AAA, market surpluses and market shortages. Is that what you want me to Google? Because that sounds extremely vague. Is that what you want me to Google there? Because that's so vague. Market surpluses and market shortages. So you're saying if I Google that, I'm going to find your paper? Can you give me something more specific, or is that what you want me to Google? Because I'll Google that if you want. I'll do it. Hey, Carol Vegan, how's it going? Thanks so much for your super chat tip there. Very kind of you. Good late evening out there to you in Europe. Wow, I'm glad you're staying up so late. I hope you don't have I hope you're not too exhausted tomorrow. But good to see you as always, Carol Vegan. What was my experience like being a vegetarian? It was that's Angie in the 80s, me 90s. My experience was, I went to a Grateful Dead show, and after the show they were the Hare Krishnas. You guys have that out there in Europe, the kind of cult-like Hindu-based religion that comes from India. Anyway, they were serving vegetarian food in the parking lot, and I was stoked. This food's amazing. This is tasty. I could eat this every day. Yeah, it was all vegetarian. I was pretty much vegan. I don't even know if there was any dairy in anything. But anyway, I go, wow, this is great. They didn't have to kill animals to make this food. I'm down. Like, why would I want animals to die needlessly if I could just eat food like this and feel good? I went out and danced some more and stuff. So that's what got me turned on, but I found my support back then was limited. I was still living at home. So my mom was in charge of the food situation, and she was cool. Instead of ridiculing me, as some anti-vegan parents have done to their children, she was totally on board, kind of like Jordan Vegan, Han Solo cousin's mom. But it was just kind of hard to sustain long-term, living at home, not really having much money to buy my own food, depending on my mom to make food while I'm at home. So it didn't last that long. It's not like now. You can't just go out and buy all the great stuff. I mean, I wish I knew what I knew. I could have made more rice, beans, potatoes, stuff like that, and eat more fruit, but they didn't have any of the fancy stuff like, vegan hot dogs or burgers or anything like that. Anyway, I'm going to look up what our AAA anarchist friend is saying here about how he or she found some article that supposedly shows that going vegan is causing farmers to produce even more livestock than ever before. So I'm really skeptical. This sounds like such a broad, vague title that I don't know what we're gonna find here. Okay. All right, I don't see anything in here about your article. It's just discussing market surpluses and market shortages. This again, you're just asserting that there's some market surplus of animals or something like that. A surplus exists when the price is above equilibrium, which encourages sellers to lower their prices to eliminate surplus. Okay, this is economic theory. Great, wonderful. Now show me that this economic theory is actually happening and has been happening in the real world since plant-based diets have become more popular. Okay, I understand this. Yeah, I did study micro and macroeconomics in college. It was a while ago, and I remember this. A lot of economic theory is simply that. It doesn't mean it happens so nice and clean like this in every circumstance, every condition. So yes, thanks for refreshing us as to what you're talking about. Now actually, as I asked you about 15 minutes ago, please cite me an article that I can pull up here that proves your point, that the more that people go vegan, the more that farmers are going to produce more and more animals, kind of stupidly produce more animals and drive the price of meat down. I would love to see this assertion of yours supported with some actual facts rather than general economic theory, macroeconomic theory, which we have no idea is applicable in this particular case. All right, so anyway, Justin, yeah, I've had many 9-to-5 jobs before. Hey, Brian Kroc, good to see you, Brian. Hope you guys are doing well. I haven't had a 9-to-5 job in, I don't know, maybe since, let me guess, it's been a while. Early 2000s. I was working a lot more in the 90s and the early 2000s. Then after the early 2000s, I was a web developer, web programmer, information technologist. I still kind of am to a slight extent. Then I started working for myself. So I just felt like I stopped working. I just started just doing it on my own. I had a pretty big network of contacts, friends in the field that sent work my way. And anyway, I was doing that for a long time. And then I went to other IT areas from web development, search engine optimization, and just kind of eventually stopped doing all that stuff. And here I am now, just got more back into music and creating content online. So yeah, that's how I kind of can get by right now, by without having to like make tons of money or anything like that. AAA, what? They aren't going to read it, so it doesn't matter. Read what? What am I? Okay, you're trying to accuse me of ignoring. No, I'm actually looking for what you're trying to say here. You presented a general macroeconomic principle. Check. Got it. Thank you. So now, please show me how this macroeconomic theory applies to veganism or to the meat industry, and how the meat industry's production of livestock has been influenced in a non-obvious way by veganism. Instead of decreasing the supply of meat, they're actually making more and selling it for cheap. Please show me this. I'm just simply asking you to show me some evidence. Some actual evidence. Yeah, that is a macroeconomic theory. Awesome, but some actual evidence. Show me a report that this has happened, a government report, or even an article. It could be an article in The Guardian or whatever that discusses this. Just something besides your opinion, okay? And a general macroeconomic theory principle that which we have no idea applies in this case. Do you understand this? If you bring me something, I will look at it, but I'm not just gonna take your word for it because it's a belief you have. I have all sorts of beliefs too you probably wouldn't agree with. So you see, beliefs are like a-holes. Everyone has them. Show me your evidence. We are, as I said at the top of the show, at the top of the hour, this is an evidence-based channel. We don't believe in woo-woos, and we just don't take people's beliefs at their word for being true because simply they believe in it. You know, I could believe that I was born in the year 1876 in Yugoslavia. I could tell you that right now. I honestly believe that, you know, and you'll say, well, where's the evidence? It's in my brain. I know this. You know, I can't prove it to you, but I was born in 1876 in Yugoslavia. You're just going to have to take my word for it. Yeah, Brian, good point. Yeah, I wanted to actually see any proof that AAA had, but yeah, good point. The price of meat, it goes down. It doesn't matter because farmers are giving subsidies. So this is, again, why I said this general macroeconomic principle that he brought up here. How do we know if it works? Because we're not discussing a perfect market. And there's a piece of economic theory there, a perfect marketplace. This is not a perfect market. A perfect market doesn't have government subsidies which influence and manipulate the price of products within that market. So he you know, what he's saying here is, it's just very dubious because there's so many variables that could affect the price of meat, and a huge one that we know of for sure. We don't have to speculate. We know there's government subsidies which do what? Drive down the price of meat. But he's saying, no, it's not the government subsidies that are driving down the price of meat. It's the rise of veganism that's driving down the price of meat. Doesn't make intuitive sense. Government subsidies, yeah, it makes complete, obvious, intuitive sense. The government gives the farmers or the farmers money, free money, if you will, and that's less profit that they need to generate so they can reduce the price of their product. Easy to understand. A third grader could follow that, but this idea that the rise of veganism has made the price of meat fall caused by an overproduction of meat doesn't make any obvious sense. So AAA, you have failed, all right? So I'm gonna give you one last chance. Other than that, come back in the future if you have ever found any proof for this. Again, just some kind of article discussing this. I'm not just gonna take your word for it, because if so, you're gonna have to take my word that there's a fluorescent polka dot dragon living under my couch back there. You can't see it from this angle, but it lives back there, and it's from the planet called Schmakalak. Oh no, I'm wrong. It's from Z-Box 7. My bad. His name is Schmakalak, and he's from Z-Box 7. But you have to take my word for it, because I've seen it, and it's in my brain. Okay. Is his name Pete? No, it's not. Yes, a third grader, Brian. Even a third grader could understand how if you give someone free money to help them in their business endeavors, how that can help them charge less money. I mean, a third grader could understand that. You know, it's so basic. Schmakalak. Hey, AJ, how's it going? I don't know why I pulled out Schmakalak, because Z-Box 7 is my favorite planet that I've been to outside of Earth. You know, I'm from Z-Box 7. I was born in Yugoslavia in 1876, but that was my Earth body. Before then, I was born on planet Z-Box 7. Hope you guys all know that. You know, my family and I all come from travel. We've traveled interstellar space, and we're from Z-Box 7 originally. And I was birthed into my Earth body in Yugoslavia in 1876. Okay, so anyway, yeah, Kyle, I wonder how cheap veggies would be if we had $30 billion in subsidies, right? I mean, yeah, how come they're not giving big broccoli and big potato and big soy? Maybe they're giving, I have no idea, but we always hear about the subsidies that the meat and dairy producers get. Not only the subsidies to produce their product, but the subsidies are free money or the free advertising they get courtesy of United States taxpayers for marketing and advertising. Their costs of business are way cheaper than they ought to be, which affects the price, driving the price down. Basic economics that a third grader can understand. Oh yeah, the reason I probably picked Yugoslavia is because of you, Jokic. Yeah, that's where you're at, huh? I think I just kept that up there subconsciously. So yeah, I'm your brother from Yugoslavia. I'm actually your great-great-great-grandfather. Is it weird? We've traveled through time, and here I am now, and I'm your long-distant relative. I know AAA is all pissed off at me. That happy healthy vegan, he didn't answer my question again. No, you came here asserting something, and I just asked you for something that will show me the truth, the veracity of what you're claiming here. That's all I'm asking for, so we can move forward. And we can't, because I can't get past your assertion. That doesn't make intuitive, obvious sense. Anyway, let's keep going on. We do need the Smokolokians to save us, Astral alumnus, but the Smokolokians, they're not as good as the Zebakians, the Zebaki-Sevians. That's what my people are. We're Zebak-Sevians. Anyway, am I immortal like Keanu Reeves? Yes. Me and Keanu Reeves are both from the same planet, actually. That's why we kind of have the both kind of sort of Asian look and the cool California accent. We're both from Z-Box 7, me and Keanu Reeves. So yeah, the truth comes out tonight, guys. Yep, I've been trying to keep that one under wraps for decades, and it's out tonight. Cat Crafter said, someone asked, do vegan men wear bras? Yeah, first, do non-vegan men wear bras? Second of all, vegan and non-vegan come in all shapes and sizes. Why would vegan or non-vegan men wear bras? Are they saying like vegan men grow soy boobs or something like that? No, anytime I see man boobs on a dude, man boobs, it's a dude that is eating tons of bacon and cheese and lard and crap like that. They got the big man boobs, so, nope. And I don't think they're wearing bras. We don't have a problem with your man boobs through man poo. And what kind of bra do you wear? Is it a vegan bra? I'm just going off here. I have no... What a strange question, Kat. The person is obviously trying to throw some shade at vegans, right? Some more vegan bigotry there. Yeah, Graven, you raise a good point. A lot of meat-eating men look pregnant. A lot of meat-eating women look pregnant too. But that has nothing to do with veganism, I'm just saying, why would vegans look bigger? Because vegans on average have a lower body mass index. So I'm just saying, if you're playing the odds, if any dude's gonna need to wear a man bra, odds are, statistically speaking, higher probability it would be a meat-eating man. Hey Milo, how was Hilo Veg Fest? Milo, you're the Milo from Hilo, right? Milo from Hilo. I had never put that connection. That's you, right? If so, how was Veg Fest a couple weeks ago? I really wish I could have been there. I was so jealous when I went to my local farmer's market and I saw Kelly's croutons. She sells croutons, vegan croutons, and she was getting ready to go to Hilo Veg Fest. She was getting ready to go in a few days, stay with her friend and Hawaiian Paradise Park and spend a few days there, then use that as her base for Veg Fest. So I was so jealous. But I hope it was good, and I hope you guys did. Hope you did all right with the hurricane hitting the windward side. I was watching the news. It looked like you guys kind of got lucky. It didn't rain as badly. It didn't get as windy as some of the forecasts were predicting. So that's always a good thing. What is Basic Vegan? It's an old friend's YouTube channel. She used to be Basic Vegan Bitch. I think she just changed her name to like Basic Vegan or something like that. And she gave me this shirt because, caution, we are very hot. Us vegans, vegans statistically are better looking than non-vegans. I'm just going to say that. So all you anti-vegans, come attack me now. So let's see. What have I missed? Anyone have some questions for me? Let's see. What everyone have for dinner? We didn't have dinner yet, but Angie's gonna make us some kind of stir fry, I think, tonight. I saw her preparing it a little bit before I started, so I'm ready. And Sarah's just having water. She's on her 7-day, or is it 5-day water fast? Oh man, I the whole thought of that, Sarah, is like, oh man, not you. I'm just thinking for me. Oh man, I couldn't imagine saying I'm on a day 2 of like a 5 or 7-day water fast. Oh man, I'd be so grumpy. Oh. Anyway, that's a very convenient statistic, Allison. It's a true fact. Prove me wrong, all you anti-vegans, that on average, statistically speaking, vegan men and women, males, females, are more physically attractive than their non-vegan counterparts. It's a true fact. Prove me wrong. No, I didn't see that, Brian. Please enlighten me. Give me the big takeaway on that Oxford study on diet and greenhouse gas emissions. I wonder what kind of approach they took. Angie, are you talking to me? Are you talking to someone else, or Angie? If you're talking to me, thank you. I mean, I'm glad I can still be cute at this ripe old age. 55 years and 50 months, so or 50 and a half months, almost there to 56 years. So if I can still be sort of cute, awesome. You're making your, the farmer's market skillet, named after, how we went to farmer's market, bought a bunch of stuff, and then put it in a skillet pretty quickly after we got home and made some food out of it. Awesome. Oh, she meant Viet Moyman. I'm such a narcissist. I was taking it all personally. Oh, no, maybe not. I don't, we will see. Anyway, Brian Kroc, vegan diet shows 75% fewer greenhouse gas emissions compared to meat eaters. I mean, I cite the I'm not surprised, Brian, because I cite the United Nations report that was from like 15, 20 years ago, and I'm certain things have gotten worse since then as far as greenhouse gas emissions goes. But animal agriculture, according to, I think it was a 2005 report, United Nations, the FAO committee, Farming Agriculture Organization report that animal agriculture was responsible for more transportation exhausts, responsible for more greenhouse gas emissions than all transportation exhausts combined. So, I'm not surprised what Oxford said. But you'll still find people denying this, and they'll find ways around it and do mental gymnastics and just be in complete denial, as they are about anything that doesn't conveniently match up with their fixed worldview, unchanged to any facts or any existential threats that our species and planet may be facing. Anyway. Okay, Uncle is asking a question here. Oh, I wanted to ask, what is a good hot weather day vegan dish? Homemade and takeout. Myra and the boyfriend want to come over. Let's see. A hot weather day. You don't have hot weather days in Torrance, right? I mean, isn't it always like 76 there in the summer? I can't complain. We got really lucky today. It was pretty hot the past couple days here, like mid 80s, but today I don't even think it hit 79. It was pretty nice. I had a nice cool breeze all day. In fact, when I went to the gym at 10 this morning, it was pretty sunny. When I left a few hours later, wow, the clouds are back. Awesome. It was nice, cool ocean breeze. But anyway, what was I going to say? I can't think of a good warm weather dish for you right now, Uncle. I know for me, when the weather warms up, like the past few days, I didn't have my normal breakfast where I kind of have half of it be a smoothie, the other half be oatmeal. I just went all smoothie, I even had a little less. I usually have like a 4-banana smoothie and then a decent amount of oatmeal. I said no to the oatmeal. I didn't want hot food. And instead of 4 bananas, I probably put in a 5th one, just kept it kind of raw and easy and light. But I know that's not what you're talking about. But I think Angie's got some good ones. Let's see. Vegan sushi is good. Or spring rolls. Yeah, there you go. There's some good ideas from Angie. Yeah, cool dinner. Elon says EVs are the best climate strategy. Of course he's going to say that. First, he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Secondly, he conveniently profits. Tesla conveniently profits on the sale of EVs. But yeah, I'm not saying EVs are bad, but I mean, the United Nations report in 2005 said animal agriculture is the #1 contributor of greenhouse gas emissions. I don't see how that would be any different now. Yeah, sure. Get an EV, awesome. Plug-in hybrid, totally awesome. But the #1 source, according to the United Nations, was animal agriculture, more than all of transportation exhaust combined. So, why not address the #1 source as opposed to the #2 or 3 or whatever? Go vegan if for the only reason, if you don't care about animals, at least eat a plant-based diet, because that's what the science is indicating if you want to decrease greenhouse gas emissions immediately, because you can make an immediate impact. Ooh, potato salad recipe. That's a good one too, Angie. Maybe post a link to the potato salad recipe for Uncle and others, because that sounds delicious right now. Yeah, you got to boil it. It's hot, but then you put it in the refrigerator, cool it down. Ah, bliss. Take it out of the refrigerator. It's all cold, but the weather's hot. Perfect summer meal. So anyway, any questions for me? Let me have a sip of water as you guys get some questions for me, and we'll see what you guys have to say. Cool. I see Angie just posted the link down there to the potato recipe. Great, and I hope we're not going to talk about Jesus, are we? I mean, okay, was he vegan? I don't know. Did he ever talk about it? I don't know. It doesn't really make a difference to most people, I would imagine. If he were, then you would think Christianity would be more vegan-based, and doesn't seem to be. So anyway, more surfing videos. Yeah, I haven't gone surfing yet this year. The whole rain for the first 5 months of the year kind of got me out of surfing. And I've just been lazy to go back. But yeah, my board's working good, as you saw in my last video from October. I'm going to go out soon. I'm thinking next week. I'll go out one morning or one evening next week, just kind of get my thing back together. Got to keep the paddling muscles going. I'm curious to see, because I've been doing stuff in my weight room to keep my paddling muscles strong. We'll see if that translates into not only strength, but more importantly for surfing is endurance. Because where I go surfing at the Seal Beach River, it's a long paddle. It takes about maybe 5 minutes to get out to the break, or longer. It depends where you actually sit in the lineup out there. So anyway, yeah, I want to go surfing soon. Like I said, I'll probably end up going one day next week, I think. Now that all the work, for the most part, is done here, all the remodeling stuff, or whatever you want to call it, the repairs that we had going on here. Super Bowl. Hey, Ryan, does veganism carry over to products I don't consume? Yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean, Angie buys most of the stuff for us, but yeah, we make sure everything we get, all those kind of products you mentioned, yeah, don't have animal products and, vegan brands or whatever like that. Yeah, for sure. Shampoos, you look on the back, look for the vegan or, not tested on animals kind of thing. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. It says as far as possible and practicable, and that's not too hard to do, just checking the ingredients and the packaging. Yeah, it just takes a couple seconds, but yeah. What am I grateful for today, Allison? That it's a magical Friday. I'm here with you guys, my favorite people. The weather was favorable today. It wasn't that hot here, and I'm blessed for that. So I'm grateful. The work seems to be done on our house for right now. It's looking good. We can get our lives kind of back, not be disrupted as it has been. So yeah, I'm grateful for all these things right now. Let's see. Hey, Carl, you have a question. Am I aware of appeal, the coating that prevents produce from ripening naturally? What are my thoughts about it? No, I don't know. I've never heard of that, Carl. Interesting how I've been into food and stuff like that and never heard of that. I'll try to remember to look that up sometime and learn more about what you're talking about there. Vegan person, do you have a question for us, or are you a Jesus chatbot of some kind? If you have a question for me, cool. You'll notice this is not a religious podcast. It's not like a Buddhist podcast or a Christian podcast or a Satanist podcast or anything like that. It's a vegan podcast. So if you have a question for us, vegan person, ask. If not, I think you're that guy that comes back every week and makes a new account. So if you got a question, ask. But if you're going to troll, you're breaking our rule number 2 here, no spamming or trolling, which is an offense that will get you blocked or banned if I think you're someone that should get banned. Oh, Milo, there you are. The Big Island Veg Fest was heartwarming and passionate. Awesome. The tropical storm wasn't a problem. Good. Yeah, I heard you guys were expecting maybe up to 10 inches of rain in 24 hours, which sounds devastating, but it wasn't nearly that bad. The whole island is made out of porous lava rocks. It never floods here. Well, thank goodness. I'm glad you guys are all right, and I'm glad your Veg Fest went off way before the tropical storm hit. Awesome. And hopefully next year. I'm hoping I'll be able to come out and visit the island sometime next year. That means I got to start working this year to find a reliable, trustworthy person that I can trust to watch over our house and pets while we're gone. Oh, hippieista, if you want to entertain that vegan person, you go for it, but I'm not going to respond to them. So you hear that, vegan person? If you want to talk about vegan Jesus, totally go for it. Hippieista, and maybe a few others are interested, but I'm going to move on. Thanks for tweeting out there about Dominion, Brian, animal activists. Anyone here who thinks veganism is stupid, take a look at that. Let's see. Bye, Angie. Thanks for popping by and chilling with the happy fam for a few minutes. You came at a good time. It wasn't really any big fighting going on right then. You like the zombie Jesus story best? Which was that great? How he rose from the dead? Or anyway, okay. Anyway, try replacing Jesus with Florida Man. Whoa. Jason R. Yeah, dealing with fruit flies. Yeah, we made a video about that. Let me try to go find it for you right now so you can see the fruit fly trap. Yikes. Let me get to where I need to go here. Oh, yikes. Hang on one second. I'm having trouble. Happy Healthy Vegan. Videos. Search. Trap. Let me see if that'll get it done. Yeah, here we go. Here it is. How to quickly and get rid of fruit flies, no kill. God, we made this 9 years ago, guys. We are so old.
Hey, this is Angie.
Wow, look at that hair. Wow. Anyway, share, copy, and there's the definition of vegan. Everyone have a drink. Anyway, here is the link to the video. Oops. Okay, I just pasted it down below, so have a look to see how to trap fruit flies, get them out of your house without having to kill them. It's a cute little ingenious idea and it works really well too. You have to stay on top of it. You have to keep refreshing the trap every day or two, or depending how hot it is, how quickly the fruit you put inside goes bad. But yeah, it's a nice little way and it gets rid of a lot of flies. Yeah, it's a problem. Yeah, if you're like us, a lot of fruit around the house, it's an issue. You love that stash. It's all white now. It really make me look older than I look right now without it, Anyway, not to say anything wrong with looking old, but I just don't, it doesn't look good on me. It's just all thin and wispy, like those Fu Manchu kind of stereotype mustaches. That's the kind I have. My dad's is like that too. It doesn't do nothing to do with being vegan, just the genetics. We just have wiry mustache hair. It doesn't look good after a certain point. Hey, Sarah, I'm glad you like the Happy Family live stream. It was gold. Oh, it was nice. It's all us chilling here. Angie, me, all you guys, just chilling. No hate, no nothing like that. Just all good times. A Fu Manchu mustache. Yeah, that's the best thing and funniest thing you ever said, Bob. Yeah, Heidi, I had the full-on beard thing too. Again, all wispy, wiry, not attractive looking facial hair. If I had really thick hair, I might consider doing it again, but I've never had that thick hair. Again, it's a genetic thing. It's not a vegan thing. Before I went vegan, I still had horrible facial hair. It didn't change from being non-vegan to vegan. It's the same thing. Anyway, cool, AJ. I'm glad you liked it too. That was fun. I'm glad Angie got back in it again, live streaming with y'all. Natalie, boring question, breakfast. Typically, like today, I have, it's kind of mixed, half oatmeal, half banana smoothie. I don't know how to measure my oatmeal, maybe a cup and a half of oats or something like that, mixed in with some, I sweeten it up with some agave. And then on the other side, when I'm cooking up the oatmeal, I'm making me a banana smoothie, typically like a 4 banana smoothie. I mix in a little flax seeds, get some omega-3s. And then I throw in some blueberries and or strawberries, depending on the time of the year, what's available. That's it. I can eat them both around the same time. Veganism debunked. Wispy facial hair. I know. That's why I have to qualify it. It's no, it's not a vegan thing. Just some Asian people and even non-Asian people just don't grow thick facial hair. It's a genetic thing. Allison, yeah, wearing stuff that relatives gave you. I understand what you're talking about. I personally wouldn't do it myself because I feel like if I'm wearing something that has animal products on it, I'm kind of, without speaking it, I'm kind of saying through my action that it's okay. Like this leather thing I got, which I don't have, I'm saying it's okay. And I don't want to give any kind of upvote of yes, this is cool to the world about this. So that's why I've had this, because I found some shoes from my college years that were made out of leather, and I didn't wear them that often. They were pretty new, but I'm going, I can't go out in the world wearing these as vegan activist. Even though they're brand new, I understand the harm and exploitation was decades ago, before a lot of you guys were even born. So but still, as a vegan activist right now in the modern present, it's I still can't go out saying to the world, hey, just by silently wearing a leather shoe, I'm silently telling them, hey, this is all right. This is a practice that's totally fine and cool. I can't give that kind of message. So that's how I draw the line. You can, if you find it differently, I'm not going to have a big debate with you about it. I'm just telling you how I see it. Hey, VLAM, how's it going? Do I agree that it's better to advocate for reducitarianism, like reducing the amount of meat a person eats, than abstinence, like having no meat, like vegans, because vegans are still a tiny minority in society? Well, it depends what your goal is, VLAM. I mean, veganism is, I think you're looking at very macro, right? You're looking what's going to be the greater good or something like that. And again, veganism is really a personal decision. Hang on one sec, my light is so bright here. It's a personal, oops, the ding. It's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. So I mean, if you believe animal cruelty and exploitation are wrong, how could you just do a little bit of it? It's as we say, I believe raping's wrong, but I'm gonna do a little bit. I'm just gonna do it once a week or once a month or something like that. Reduce a rapism. I'm not trying to make fun of rape or anything like that. But you know what I'm saying, VLAM? I'm just trying to say, if you really believe animal cruelty and exploitation are wrong, you'll have to do something about that and be consistent. So that's how I look at it. If you're looking at it from a different perspective, like say the environmental toll or some kind of reducing the numbers of animals harmed or something like that, I mean, that's different. That's a different mindset. Veganism is about what you as a person can do to live a life that's in accordance with your moral beliefs, that animal cruelty and exploitation are wrong. It's only your mind, your life that you have control over. You personally think reducitarian is illogical. It's illogical if you're vegan. Yeah, it makes zero sense. It's illogical on that standpoint too. But in terms of advocacy and activism, you're in two minds. I mean, I don't promote reducitarianism, but if someone's doing that and they're not vegan, that's cool. If they're killing fewer animals, then there's no hope of them ever going vegan because they don't give a crap about animal cruelty and exploitation. So they say, pretty much everyone does, unless you're a complete sociopath. But, if that's the best they can do, cool, but I'm not saying that's what I'm gonna advocate for. I will try my best to show them how what they're doing is great, but if you really care about animal cruelty and exploitation, might as well just stop harming all animals rather than just harming them one day a week or something like that. Sounds yummy, Bob. Huh, Sweet Potato Sister? Bob is describing something yummy? I'm going to have to scroll up to see that. I find that hard to believe. Bananas, oat milk, and oats blend. Pancake batter. Yum. That does sound not so bad, considering that Bob often promotes things that are not vegan. You spelled reducitarian wrong, AJ. Fine, we should all spell it wrong because it's a concept that most of us aren't really into. Vegan pancakes. Wow, what has happened to the world? Bob is telling us about vegan pancakes. Well, Bob, according to what you're saying there about Tristan Tate being a genius, he just seems like a hardcore toxic male social media grifter. But anyway, as far as like debating against Joey, I didn't see the whole thing. The only part I saw, he was going off on some other stuff not related to veganism. He was talking about economics and the environment and stuff like that, how you can buy stuff in stores and all this global product move. Had nothing to do with veganism. Again, it's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. I didn't see the whole thing. I didn't even wait to see Joey respond. I had to go and do something else. I'll watch it all later on. But it didn't seem like they were discussing veganism, the little tiny snippet that I saw. Wow, Foo, you woke up to your own farts? Is that possible? Can someone fart so loud while asleep that one wakes up to them? It sounds very possible, I guess, huh? What's that, Graven? Bob came after Dr. Bear in the comments last week's, like, it came after, like, attacked her, came after, or, like, came after, like, in time sequentially? Let me know what's going on. Don't watch it, it'll make you stupid. Thanks, Vian Moyman. I don't want to become stupid. I'm already stupid enough, so if it'll make me stupider, I'm not going to watch it. Well, I'm kind of dumb, Sarah. I don't consider myself to be brilliant or genius or smart or anything like that, I'm just a basic dude. I'm a basic vegan. I can do, basic critical thinking. That's my thing, That's my gift, if you will call it that, or something like that. But I don't consider myself a total brainy genius or something like that. Just a simple guy who can do some simple reasoning to help sort through all the weird misinformation that we encounter these days through the internet and through just life in general. You're hit or miss. That's kind of me too, huh? I guess. You guys know Vegan Person, I think, is that person that comes back every week with a different username, and I think this one just hasn't got banned yet, but I'm pretty sure, I'm 99% sure that's the person. Yeah, true, Bob. Yeah, I agree with you 100% there. Yeah, running a live stream is mentally tough. It takes a lot of energy, especially the kind that I do, where I'm thinking the whole time rather than just smoking a cigar and just being a toxic male personality or something like that, acting all tough and stuff. But no, it's just tough. Yeah, I don't have a person running the show for me, like someone behind the scenes screening things. And I do have my great moderators for sure. I appreciate that. I think we're just to one tonight, huh? Just uncles here. Haven't seen Peter. I saw Peter make a comment before the live stream started, but yeah, I haven't seen him since it started. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I've seen Peter. Let's see. Okay, Graven is saying, in the comments of last week's live, Dr. Bear said she blocked Bob for being sexist towards her in the members only. I didn't see that. So I'm just gonna say now, I trust Dr. Bear. She's always been totally straight up with me. So I'm just saying, Bob, you've been fine. You've been like a model person tonight, model citizen. But I'll take Dr. Bear at her word. Please don't say anything that I'm not sure what you consider to be like sexist or anything like that. But yeah, please just don't do that. Those are the kinds of things that get people just blocked on the live stream or blocked from the channel. We don't tolerate any of that, as we know from our rules here. Rule number 1, be civil, no personal attacks, harassment, racism, sexism, ageism. If I saw that, I would have dealt with it immediately. So I apologize if it happened and got through. If you're watching Dr. Bear and Graven, but yeah, none, please, Bob. You just consider yourself a friendly message here to never do that in our live stream. Not to anyone watching right now or after on playback, not to engage in any of these things in rule number 1 here. Those are instant blockers. Okay, this is not cool. Dr. Bear said he was calling her emotional. No, never call a woman, a lady, female, girl, whatever, emotional in their responses. That's classic textbook thing. Oh, women are too emotional kind of nonsense. So calling her emotional. I mean, we all have the right to respond in an emotional way if we are inclined to do so, either through our personality, our mood that we happen to be in at the moment. We all have the right to do that and not have some kind of like sexist stereotype thing thrown at you for having a natural human reaction to information or some kind of statement that provokes. So please don't don't call anyone emotional, especially anyone here. Just don't if you're gonna throw an attack or something like that, do it on me. But everyone here in the live stream chat, this is a safe space. So I'm just letting you know, if I see anything like that, those are instant banning things. Okay, Bob, if you say so, I'll take you at your word there, okay? Maybe it was Bob's imposter. Someone did imposter Bob one time. I guess if I really wanted to, I can go back and watch all of 2.5 hours of last week's live stream and try to find that moment. But it's just so we all know, don't do anything like that ever again. Bob, you on happy pills? He just on a happy pill this week, though, huh? Yeah, I think Bob's imposter was a different color, huh? Yeah, thinking out loud. Here's what we're talking about, Bob. Comments like this, calling women emotional, or like has who was it that just said, thinking out loud, back in the day, sexist men would say, oh, it must be that time of the month. Just that's the kind of crap we don't tolerate. But yeah, that's an example. If you're not sure what I was talking about, there is a textbook example as well of the kind of sexism that will get a person banned instantly without any discussion. Just that's it. Graven, it's in the comments section of that live last week. In here in the live chat, or is it in the actual comments? Let me know, because if in the comments, that's really easy to find. If it's in the live chat, I'd have to figure out where in the 2.5 hours it is. So let me know if you're talking about the live chat or the actual comments underneath the video, because that's easy to find. I think there's probably more than 10 comments on last week's video. On the live streams, typically don't get a ton of comments in the comments section because they're all here happening live. Usually people watching after the fact don't make a comment, but they do. I'm always pleased when they do, typically. Okay, last week's comments section. I wonder if I can pull that up right now. Let me see 1 second here. I might be able to do something. 1 second. Okay, well, I see the live videos. Okay, unfortunately, I'm not seeing the live videos right here. Oh, I have another idea. 1 second, guys. Well, here, I can go to... All right, let me look. Okay, it's a pretty long thread now I'm seeing. Wow, this is a long fight. All right, I know where it's at. I'll check it out after. I thought it's something I could read in a second. It's like maybe like a 20 post long thread there. So I've read the first half. I didn't see anything immediately. I need to read through more carefully. I'll check it out after the live stream for sure. What's that, Bob? You've had exes tell you that they were acting a certain way because it was their time of the month. Well, it's okay for a woman to say that, but it's totally sexist for a man to say that. But yeah, you see the difference there. Anyway, okay, and I've said that is sexist and they shouldn't downplay them. I mean, a woman could say anything she wants. I could say anything about myself. I could say a racist comment about myself and it's not racist because I could say something about me being Chinese in a negative connotation and I'm not being racist against myself. Do you see what I'm saying? It's hard, if not impossible, to be sexist against yourself or racist against yourself. It's just kind of wrong, you know? I mean, it doesn't work that way. Yeah, VLAM, Piers Morgan is obsessed with vegans. Peter linked me to another. Yeah, thanks, Peter. Good to see you, Peter. I checked out that video. Is that the lady that Piers is fighting with? That's the one that is she the one that got banned at the fire restaurant? The one that made the reservation, got the promise from that stupid chef? Is that the same one and the same person, Peter? Let me know if that's the same person or not. Bob, yeah, I don't think we should say racist things at all either, Bob. I'm just saying, if I said some kind of like something about Chinese people, and you know, it's different when a Chinese person says it. But if like a completely white person makes some kind of, you know, racial Chinese thing, then it's totally different than me making some kind of, you know, thing about it. Do you understand the difference there? No, the person that protests it. Okay, that's the person, Peter. That's the lady that got choked, right? Is that the same? Is that the person that got choked by the chef? And she herself was in bed, but she's the one that got in the chokehold that we saw last week, right? Hey, Sean Jalapeno, thanks for the super chat tip there. What ideal amount of hours per week of moderate aerobic exercise would I recommend for optimal health? Hey, I'm not a physical trainer. I didn't study that sort of thing, kinesiology or biology or biochemistry or anything like that. I couldn't tell you. And I'm not really trying to have optimal health myself. I'm just trying to have really good health. You know, especially that I'm older. I don't have kids to take care of me when I get older. So I want to be able to like be as fit and active and healthy and flexible and ambulatory. That means be able to walk for as long as I can. But yeah, I believe that you should do some aerobic exercise as opposed to, I see some guys that are trying to stay healthy pretty much solely by like resistance training, which is cool. I do resistance training a lot. I have my own gym in the garage where I do my resistance training, you know, bench press, the squat rack, I have the whole thing, and I love it. But that's not everything. You could do a bunch of weightlifting and be strong, but then you get tired walking down to the mailbox. You know, you can't run around the block without huffing and puffing. So I think you should fire on all cylinders. Have you do aerobic workouts, high intensity workouts, resistance training. That's what I do, at least. That's how I do it. Like today at the gym, I spent a moderate amount of time in what's known as zone 2, where my heart rate is in the zone 2. I'm measuring on my watch. I looked on my app afterwards to see how much time is in there, zone 2 and zone 3. You know, so yeah, I believe to hit all the heart rates, you know, keep fit on all levels, do it all. And I don't know if there's a magic number, unless you're an athlete and there's a certain thing that you're aiming for. And I'm a basketball athlete, so I'm trying to stay, you know, strong. I'm usually bigger and stronger than most people I play, believe it or not. I mean, I'm 6'4.5", 6'5" plus with my shoes on, you know, 195 pounds. And I can move pretty quickly, especially for my size and age, and I keep my aerobic conditioning up so I don't get tired after the first couple minutes. So I gotta be pretty fit to be able to do what I'm doing. Peter, another guy, I saw you sent me that. Another guy's trying to say crap about me that there really is a circle of life. Well, I mean, we're not in the circle of life. Yeah, in nature. I'm saying, what circle of life? There is none. Humans, are you watching that, whatever that person is? Humans are not in a circle of life. You're not some wild like wildebeest on the African savannah. That's a circle of life out there. We're humans. We can go to Costco and buy like 100 pounds of rice and vegan orange chicken and stuff like that. There's no circle of life here. You wheel your cart through and pile in a bunch of food. There's no markets. We're not in a circle of life. It's so stupid. No, you don't live like a wildebeest or a cheetah on the African savannah. It's just complete fantasy that humans are in the circle of life. Where's the circle of life at? For human beings that have access to stores and, it's ridiculous concept. Anyway, Mufasa shopped at Walmart, huh? Wait, who's Mufasa? Did I watch Joe's Apartment? Wait, did you tell me about that last week? Refresh me. What is Joe's Apartment again? I remember some talk about that. Yeah, Circle of Life, that's the song that Elton John sang in The Lion King. For lions, not for humans that shop at Walmart and Costco and Whole Foods. Alexi, thank you for saying about humans not being the circle of life. So stupid. I mean, what's the circle? There's no circle of life. You get in your car or the bus or you walk to the market. I mean, there's no circle of life. It's a ludicrous concept. Anyway, yeah, bees probably could take us all out if they really wanted to, Graven, huh? She mentioned a while back about talking roaches. Well, I don't remember that. Mufasa was Simba's father in The Lion King. Okay. I gotta watch The Lion King. I don't think I've ever seen the whole thing. I've seen little tidbits here and there. So next time we get Disney Plus, we'll watch The Lion King. And then when the Circle of Life song comes on, I'll just take a big hit out of the vaporizer and get all tripped out so I can be laughing my ass off for that. Fu Manpoo, awesome. You're rocking a Echo and the Bunnyman hairstyle right now. Yeah, speaking of which, I think I'm going to get my hair cut next week. I don't want it to get short again. I'm going to tell him to reshape it. I want to let the front keep growing. Get it more long and stuff like that, but have a different kind of shape, something a little more shape to it than just kind of all one. We'll see. I have some photo ideas I'm going to go off. Hopefully they'll do it right, because they never quite do. I bring in one thing and they give me something else, so we'll see if they can do it. It's a movie with cockroaches with Jerry O'Connell. Okay, I don't think I've ever seen that. AJ, you've never seen The Lion King either? Okay, I don't feel so bad then. I know a lot of people have seen it. I'm aware of it. I know the song because so many anti-vegans love to quote from the song. That's why I want to watch it, so I can laugh my ass off when that song comes on. I go, this is it. This is why people think they can't be vegan, because of this Elton John song that was made for a lion. Oh, really? Mufasa was voiced by James Earl Jones. Well, that ups the ante more. I love his voice. Awesome. Peter says that Joe's Apartment is a really terrible movie where the man has cockroaches all over his face and they sing and dance. Wow. I think I'll watch The Lion King first, then I'll watch Joe's Garage. Uncle, I want to shape my hair, but how do you shape nothing? Hey, shape whatever you got. I'm sure you got a little something you can shape there, huh, Uncle? You need to listen to some psychedelic furs. The other night, we're just bopping through YouTube late one night, and some Spandau Ballet come on. Wow, Gold. That song just struck me. That song was so amazing. I was in tears. That song was just so wow. It was I was flashing back to, being in 11th and 12th grade, and the song's beautiful. It has aged well, like yours truly. Just kidding. But yeah, 80s music. I was commenting, Angie, man, we grew up at a great effing time for music, man. We grew up in the 70s, such a great musical decade. The 80s was no joke either. 90s, I grew up with some great 90s music too. Just a whole great upbringing of musical decades. Can vampires be vegan? Hey, as long as it's not exploiting animals, they can do whatever they want to humans, I guess, right? Huh? You going in, Hippie Easter? Thanks for joining us on this live stream tonight, Hippie Easter. Graham, vegan person, what do you think of trolls? Bob Hill, how would veganism be part of goth culture? I mean, I grew up in goth culture. I was on a goth label, record label. How is veganism connected to gothic culture? Show me the connection there. I don't see it. I don't see how having a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation has anything to do with being fascinated by wearing like crushed purple velvet and smoking cloves at night to Bela Lugosi's dead. How is there any connection to that, to veganism? Well, that's cool, Peter. I guess those vampires were truly vegan then. They didn't even exploit humans. Maybe so, Jana. That sounds like a better order there, huh? One after the other, huh? Transit future, you guys still believe in the circle? It's now the square of life? Explain more about that. I want to hear more about that, transit future. John Steffen, would it make more sense for them to quote the Tarzan movie? What kind of quote could they quote from the Tarzan movie? Nah, Graham, I didn't like any of those bands from the late 80s, actually. I mean, are you our age, Graham, or are you like telling us bands like you're younger and you like those late 80s bands? But yeah, mine, I like, Sarah knows my favorite bands from the late 80s, like Cocteau Twins, The Cure were probably my biggest influences back then. Dead Can Dance, the 4AD record label. Yeah, that was for me like the biggest stuff of the 80s. I mean, there's lots of other stuff too. Those are probably the biggest influences on my musical development in the late 80s. Oh, Fu Manchu, he almost died of alcohol poisoning at an REM gig. Bad juju. Wow. Yeah, Love's Easy, Tears Forever. You got it. Yeah. One of the best Cocteau Twins records of all time. Love it all. You're 52, Kimberly. Awesome. I'm curious. Yeah, what Graham's age is. Let's see. Milo, your kid's mother is Chinese. We never say anything racist. I'm happy the Kung Fu Shoylin, however you spell it, have always been vegan. Cool. Awesome. Bob Dylan almost claimed you? What do you mean claimed you? Kind of curious what you're talking about there. At Angel Stadium. I forgot you used to live out here. I don't think I've ever seen a concert at Angel Stadium. I know they have them there on occasion. At least they used to. Yeah, I've seen some baseball games there, obviously. Yeah, not dissing REM or anything like that, Graham. Yeah, they made some really cool songs, you know, like One I Love. I'll jam that on the guitar sometimes. Let's see, I haven't played that in years. I was gonna just pull out the guitar and jam This One Goes Out to the One I Love, but I haven't played in so long, I'm not even sure what chord I'll start on. But yeah, you're an old millennial. Okay, so you were a little kid. Your era's more Blink 182. Yeah, you're more 90s pop there. Yeah, the 90s I got into like more electronic music. That was really big back then. Electronic music was just really getting going back then. Like start off with, for me, like acid house in the late 80s and on to like just house music, going to raves, drum and bass, like jazzy drum and bass, Good Looking Records label. I was kind of my thing back then. Pop bands that covered that were some like Everything But the Girl, Walking Wounded, that album, Portishead, gosh, stuff like that. God, I'm trying to remember some other ones that really rocked me back then. Let's see, Samuel. You always usually have some nice bits of wisdom here. The circle of life is about wildlife. Exactly. Not about humans who drive SUVs to Walmart. Not civilized society. Ethics makes the difference between dystopian or a utopian future. Yes, it would be very bad if you watch The Lion King. Don't watch The Lion King, vegan person. You will be exposed to the circle of life and know that veganism has been debunked. Let's see. Oh God. You're lucky you haven't got blocked yet tonight, vegan person. This is the longest you've lasted on your new account that you created tonight. Yeah. I want to watch Lion King now. You guys got me interested. Yeah, I want to totally trip out on the Circle of Life song. Oh, that's too bad, Corbin Moon. I'd be bummed if my blender were broken right now. Fortunately, we have two, but Angie doesn't like me using her Vitamix. That's why I have a less expensive Oster brand one for my banana smoothies. Oh, Depeche Mode. Yeah, I was more Depeche Mode in the 80s, like Some Great Reward. You know, that era, Black Celebration, Depeche Mode. Yeah, that was huge on me too. Yeah, electronic music really got started in the 80s and really started flourishing in the 90s. Yeah. Fu Man Poo, I don't know, you had 5 kids. Wow, good for you. You hate Lion King and despise freaking Barney. I kind of like Barney, but maybe if I had kids, I would have hated Barney. But I just kind of discovered Barney on my own as a very immature adult, and I kind of dug Barney. I like Barney because he's like Mr. Rogers. It's kind of like totally chill, totally cool. If everyone were like Barney and Mr. Rogers, there'd be no hate, there'd be no bigotry. Mr. Rogers is vegetarian. Imagine Barney probably is vegan. You know, it'd be a great world if everyone was kind of more like Barney and Mr. Rogers. That's my simple philosophy. You hate Barney? He's so chill though. I mean, he just promotes good things and wants kids to be cool, chill, healthy people. I could see though, if any of you guys had kids and you had to watch Barney every day, I could see how, yeah, hatred of Barney could develop. But I said I didn't have kids, so I just got to watch him on my own terms, on my own free will, using my own free will, and I kind of liked his message of peace. Good night, Fu Man Poo. I hope you have a peaceful slumber tonight and you don't wake yourself up tooting. No, I don't know Pennywise. I've heard of them, Uncle. Yeah, I don't really like any local bands, for better or worse. I don't know why. Oh, AJ, your Sega, as I figured, your stepdaughter watched Barney ad nauseum. Like I said, if you have some kid making you watch Barney more than you want, yeah. Jason wants to know if, I'm curious, do me and Angie or other Californians know to try to avoid Prop 65 products? If so, how do you find products without using it? Refresh me, what's the Prop 65 products? Is that where you see those warnings, like in front of some buildings, that the Prop 65 warning? I don't even understand what it is, so I guess I don't really pay much attention to that. Teletubbies, though, yeah, that's always good, huh? I remember Angie has this funny story. I shouldn't be telling it because it's Angie's story, but yeah, one time she had to get some gnarly, like, root canals. Early, like, right after we started dating and stuff, she had to get some gnarly dental surgeries. She got some hardcore painkillers, and she was by herself watching the Teletubbies, and just had like a near religious experience watching all the psychedelic colors of the Teletubbies, being on the pain meds from the root canal. So yeah. Really, John? Are you serious? The Barney producers are making some kind of PG-13 Barney aimed at adults who grew up with the show? Well, I want to watch that. because I didn't really grow up with the show. I was already like working and stuff at that age. But anyway, Hill Hauser, Graham. Yeah, he's one of my idols. Like Carl Sagan's one of my idols. Hill Hauser. If anyone doesn't know who it is, just look up Hill Hauser on YouTube. Just copy and paste what Graham typed in there. And he goes on, his main show was California Gold, or California's Gold. He worked for a local PBS TV station, and his job was to drive all around LA and California. He's based in Southern California. Go all the reaches of California and explore all the wonderful, bizarre, and unique things that make California such a wonderful place to live. And yeah, he was one of my idols for sure. I watched the show all the time. Angie at first didn't like him, but he won her over. And yeah, we were both huge Hill Hauser fans. Unfortunately, a lot of his stuff lives on YouTube. And it's cool. If you want to go visit somewhere in California, just Google Hill Hauser Palm Springs or Hill Hauser wherever and see if he went there. Hey, AJ, thank you. That'll help us get Disney Plus 1 month for the Circle of Life Fund. Thanks so much, AJ. It'll go into the complete Circle of Life Fund / Vegan Cult Fund / Move to Another State in the Future Fund. So thank you so much, AJ. Much appreciated. What's that, Jana? Captain Kirk told Mr. Sulu to fire full phasers at Barney? Okay, that's it. That's what I thought. I thought it was a carcinogens thing, Chris. Thank you. It required in California if it contains anything listed on the known carcinogens list as part of Prop 65. Okay. Yeah, I've seen that on products. I've seen it on some buildings. Yeah. I guess I'm just not too worried about it for better or for worse. Oh, Death to Smoochie. Oh, good movie there, Graham. If you guys have never seen that, watch it. It's an amazing movie. It's Edward Norton is the lead actor, and he plays like a Barney kind of guy. And Robin Williams is in it too. Rainbow Randolph and Edward Norton is Smoochie. It's a cool, dark movie. It's awesome. I'm not going to say anything more. Just watch it. Write the name down, copy it, paste it, find Death to Smoochie. Yeah, we have a DVD of it. It's one of our faves. Yeah, so Chris knows. Yeah, you're in manufacturing. We make sure it's on list on anything you ship to California, whether it needs it or not, probably. No. Most vegan-friendly states. Hawaii seems extremely vegan-friendly. When we went to Maui 5 years ago for Angie's 50th birthday, we had a great time. No problem finding vegan stuff, and that's why I'm doing all my research on the Big Island, and it seems even more vegan-friendly than Maui. So I don't know if you want to live there or visit there, but yeah, it sounds like, no, I've watched people's vlogs, like non-vegans eating vegan food in Hawaii. It's really easy. They might not be restaurants that are 100% vegan. I mean, they have them, but there's not as many. But there's plenty of restaurants there that have well-marked vegan options, and they look really delicious. And the food grown in Hawaii, volcanic soil, tasty. It's really delicious. Way better than any mainland food I've had. Oregon, yeah, imagine Oregon would be pretty vegan friendly as well, Sarah. And you're right. I looked somehow. I was asking you on the last, I think the members only live stream, roughly the population of Bend, where you're from, and yeah, you said like 100,000. Yeah, I saw something like the day after. It's like 99,000 or something like that. And I also read it's one of the fastest growing cities in North America. So maybe you guys are having some kind of housing crunch there. If there's, it was built for 100,000 or 90,000, and now you have 100,000. But I just thought I'd point that. I learned a little bit more about Bend, Oregon since I saw you last. Yeah, Hawaii's expensive, Kimberly. But if you're not going to live there, right? Are you looking for somewhere to live, Kimberly? Let me know. You're looking for somewhere to visit or somewhere to settle down? Which is it? Or both? Vian Moyman, think of the future weather, though. I think the tropics are going to fare better than these mid-latitudes, I think. there could be more hurricane activity in the tropics, but Hawaii typically isn't the target and the path of hurricanes like, say, Florida and that area is. What's that transit future? What is my current guess? Which country will become the first vegan country? I have no idea. I have no idea how that would work out, to be honest with you. Yeah, Las Vegas, Graham. Yeah, I was shocked too when we first saw how vegan-friendly Las Vegas has become. They even have a hotel, the Wynn by Steve Wynn, where and those things have changed since we were there last. There's a vegan option everywhere. Even though he no longer owns it, but he was a vegan, so he made sure that there's vegan options in all the restaurants there. And they were good. We just stayed, last time we went there, we just stayed at the Wynn, ate at all the places. It's kind of expensive, but at the time I was effing around with Bitcoin like everyone else was. Made a little money, sold it. Not a lot, just enough to pay for our trip. We had free airfare because we had to cancel a trip. We had to use it or lose it, so we sold a little Bitcoin, went to the Wynn. Yeah, Israel's a good guess. Vegan person, maybe so. Let's see. Oh, Sarah, you got it going? I see VLAM saying bye to Sarah. If you're gone, Sarah, or about to go, Sarah, always good to see you. And hopefully you're still not gone. Maybe it was someone else you're saying bye to. Yeah, most of the West Coast, Jana, from what I gather, is pretty vegan friendly. As long as, maybe you might have some tougher times in smaller towns, but as long as you're in at least a mid-sized town on the West Coast, you should be all right. AJ, I have no idea why Las Vegas got so vegan friendly. I think maybe a lot of people left Southern California and brought their culture with them. So, for every 100 people that leave Southern California, you're going to have maybe 3 or 4 vegans, right? Just keep repeating that 100-person move, and you keep the number of vegans adds up. That's my guess. David, someone else asked me about that earlier, and I told that person I need to read more about that. So I am in no opinion to give any, I'm not in any position to give any kind of informed opinion on that. Yeah, there are a lot of Southern California people in Las Vegas. I have relatives who I grew up with here in Southern California. They're living in Las Vegas. I miss Las Vegas. I hope I can go there at least once more before we're finally moved away. Assuming that happens anytime soon, I'm kind of guessing now, it's probably more like a 4-year kind of thing or a 5-year before I'm finally moved. But I'm getting things together now. Ain't gonna happen this year, probably not next year, as we get closer to the latter half of this decade, more and more likely. Anyway, yeah, before Las Vegas runs out of water. Yeah, the whole Colorado River is a water problem. So many cities and states depend on the Colorado River and agriculture that there's just not enough rainfall and snow melt to make the Colorado River produce enough water for everyone. Bob, it's not as bad as you think. I mean, people are still coming to California. I mean, yeah, there's some stats showing people are fleeing or leaving California, but I'm being completely honest. On a everyday level, living here, you don't see it. I mean, the streets seem just as crowded. The traffic is just as bad as it's always been, if not worse. Real estate prices are still really high. It's not like, there's a glut on the market. Everyone sold their house. I mean, yeah, people are leaving, I see, but people are moving here too. You got to look at the whole complete picture. People are leaving different areas in different proportions. Southern California, pretty much unchanged here. So people aren't really fleeing California like the media is saying. Not in any meaningful way that anyone I know can notice as far as visually seeing it or economic impacts of it whatsoever. I mean, housing prices, like I said, are still up. Rental prices are higher than ever. Thank God I bought this house back in 2000, or else I don't know what I feel sorry for y'all. Seriously, I don't know what the hell's going on with the rental market and the housing market, but man, I'm so glad I'm frozen in time to a mortgage price tied to the year 2000. Because I see, man, like Like studio apartments or 1-bedroom apartments cost as much as our entire like 1,200 square foot house do, with a backyard and 2-car garage and everything. Well, Bob, we have too many people here. We have 30 million people in the Southern California, Los Angeles metropolitan area. It's huge. It's crazy. And if they want to build somewhere, they're going to have to build in places they shouldn't build, like places that are prone to wildfires, like building out in risky areas, high risk areas, places that they shouldn't build in. There's really not a lot of room. What can be done is conversions, like office space in cities like Los Angeles and San Francisco. It's been sitting vacant. The people who own these buildings are going bankrupt because they can't get any tenants. There's land there. I mean, convert office space into like urban living. There's the real estate's there. It just needs to be repurposed. But there's really not too much more to build here, Bob. That's why I want to leave. It's just a nonstop megapolis. Is that a word? From like the San Diego, Mexico border all the way up through Los Angeles, all the way to Santa Barbara. It's like that's like a 6-hour drive nonstop. The only nature you see uninterrupted in that entire drive is the Camp Pendleton Marine Base. Thank God the Marines built took a huge chunk of land so they could train Marines and bomb things, but they have done one good thing with that, is that they haven't developed it in a bunch of mini malls and housing developments. It's pretty well preserved. But I'm saying it's built here. California is crowded. There's way too many people here. And that's why I would like to live somewhere where there's more nature, fewer people. And where I'm looking at checks those boxes very, very well. There's I think more people in Long Beach than all of the Big Island of Hawaii. I mean, that's just to put it in perspective. The Big Island is way huger than Long Beach. Yeah, density. That's what they can do in SoCal, Uncle, is make things more dense. Well, I haven't left yet, Jason. That's just a plan. I'm the kind of guy who makes a plan like way before and starts working and building towards it. But yeah, all that stuff I just said there are the main reasons why I want to leave. I want to live somewhere too where there's no droughts. It's always raining, and the Big Island is like a rain-making machine. There's always going to be water there, and it's just beautiful. It's perfect weather. I mean, summer year-round basically. And I'm just kind of over. I've lived here my whole life, and I'm 55 now, and I'm thinking about the next half of my life. I want to live to be 110. I'm just thinking about the next half of my life. And if I don't have to, I'd rather not be here. I've seen it all. I've seen most all of California. There's nowhere to go. If you're someone like me who likes the simple things in life, I don't like to go to a bunch of concerts and go to the shopping malls and just shop and buy all this crap. I'm trying to get rid of stuff. I like nature. I like being out in the water, surfing. I like hiking. I like just being out and in the open. And there's so little of that here. You just go from one city to the next, one town to the next, and the little bits of nature you have here are either really expensive or overused. I just want to be outside and experience more nature and just be away from this urban suburban sprawl that goes on forever. You have to drive hours to get out of it here. I'm just so over it. So there's nothing wrong with California. It's a beautiful place. Not bagging on just the kind of lifestyle I want to live. Now I figure this isn't the best place for that, and I'd like to set myself up for a future that will be more compatible with how I think I'll be more happy with life. Not to say I'm dissatisfied now, but it's a bummer. Like, there's not too many real places for us to go. It's only like, if we want to go see some nature, there's only like 3 or 4 places we can practically go to, without having to drive for hours. We've seen it all. We're like living like a Groundhog Day. It's all on repeat. It's like the same few things. I want to see some new things and have more things that I can do outside. So anyway, yeah, I'm not complaining or anything like that. I'm just trying to plan for a different and hopefully more fulfilling future. Oh yeah, warm water in Hawaii. Yeah, you don't need a wetsuit out there. Maybe a little vest to keep the sunburn and rash from the wax and all that. But yeah, Yeah, these heat waves we've been having here on the continent too really suck. Yeah, you're not going to get anything like that out there. There's just not enough landmass. I don't think it's ever been 100 on the Big Island. And if you want snow, there's snow. There's 14,000 foot mountain peaks there. You have like 8 or 13 climate zone regions out there. It's so diverse. Nope, Montana. Don't want to go anywhere where there is snow, where I got to shovel out a car or a house, something like that. Nope, I grew up in California. Going somewhere with snow, no. Even if we're somewhere in California with snow, off the table, not even being considered. Yeah, Mauna Kea. Thanks, Bob. Mauna Kea and Mauna Loa. What's that, Kimberly? Real estate is insane right now. Yes, it is. I was reading how fewer houses were sold last year than any time in the past decade or two. That's what's driving up real estate prices. It's the supply is so low. It's a seller's market. But anyway, you're 1 plus hour outside New York City and just got an offer on your house. 30,000 over asking within a week. Crazy. Wow. Are you selling your house right now, Kimberly? What are you doing? Just kind of curious. Are you moving, or just someone offered you money on your house at random? What's your plan? What is your plan there? Yeah, lack of inventory is the term. Yeah, the real estate term. The inventory is historically low. And I don't want to get too deep into it, but I was learning more about it. High interest rates have something to do with it. How they're high right now compared to during the COVID era. A lot of people refinanced or bought homes at some of the lowest rates. So that's kind of creating a problem. You don't want to go somewhere else now where your interest rate's going to be double. You can't afford it. So that's creating some problems. People don't have anywhere to go. And that's why I'm trying to set up a situation where I can move somewhere and buy a new house outright and not have to worry about mortgage rates or even having a mortgage. But this is a plan. It's going to take some time to get it all my ducks in a row. I shouldn't say that. It's not vegan, huh? Don Rabbit. Fortunately, I don't think Angie and I have to worry about our partners ever becoming not vegan, because we would think they're absolutely insane. So, because we trip out all the time when someone says, "Oh, I am no longer vegan." I can't be vegan anymore because of some strange, non-logical reason. Uncle, you could turn your garage into an ADU. No, our garage is 100 degrees right now. No, our garage is not going to be an ADU. Yeah, we could build one above it. I looked into it. It's really expensive to get a new garage and build some living structure above it. It's not worth it. It'd be a couple $100,000 maybe. Nope. I'd rather just spend that money into my moving to somewhere else that has a house. And I'm kind of over living here, Uncle. It's so crowded here. I want to live somewhere where there's just fewer people, more nature, more quiet. The state will pay me to make an ADU. I'll look into it, Uncle. Thanks for bringing that up. If it's free money, I'll check it out. I'll definitely check it out. Yeah, AJ, snow shoveling is the devil, right? I've never done it myself. Seen it. Don't want to do it. Yeah, Miley. Yeah, drought affects Hawaii too. But fortunately, the way the trade winds happen there, the trade winds come in from the east. They hit those giant twin peaks of in the Big Island, creating all your clouds and rain and. There can be cycles of more and less rain, but I think Hawaii is it's a machine for making rain, especially the Big Island. So I think the Big Island should be pretty. I guess drought is all relative. Yeah, less rain, more rain some years. But I think even with less rain, I think Hawaii is still going to get plenty of rain. Because what does Hilo get? 110, 120 inches of rain a year. So if it drops down to 90, still that's a boat ton of rain. Yeah, John, I can't be vegan. Let me do it. I can't be vegan because ancestors and canines and circle of life. Yep. Yeah, Austin. I've never been to Austin, Texas, but from what I understand, Austin, Texas is very vegan friendly. Thank you for sharing that, Ali Brand. Oh, wow, Janice, hard hit. One of your friends lost his only son to a swimming accident in Hawaii just a month or so after his younger brother committed suicide. Whoa, I'm so sad about that. Double tragedy there. Ace, do you have a point to make? Because I can eat vegan hot dogs and french fries as long as I don't go to McDonald's. French fries, as you know, are made out of potatoes and there's no animal products in them. In fact, I was just talking about to Angie. We need to go to IKEA to look for some, like a kitchen knife block thing. Ours is big. We need a small one. It takes up too much real estate. So we're thinking about going to IKEA. And I always like to find an excuse to go to IKEA because I love their vegan hot dogs. $1.25. There's no vegan tax there. It's the same price or cheaper than their meaty meat, animal hot dogs. So yeah, the Ace, yep, we can eat hot dogs, fries, all that stuff. Doesn't suck being vegan. Uncle, yeah, you could definitely come visit us in Hawaii. That's what we figure. I make I watch like vlogs of people who live in Hawaii and are realtors in Hawaii. They say it's really not that hard. Your friends and family they'll want to come. You might want to have an extra room for them. We'll see what our budget allows and what's going on. But yeah, you can totally come visit us in Hawaii, Uncle. But at least we got to come visit you in Torrance before then. So I know I keep saying that every Friday, Uncle. We really want to come see you. We've just been so bad about just like following through with that. But trust me, write it down. We're going to see you this year, Uncle. It's going to happen 100%. So we'll be in touch about that. Kona gets in the hundreds. I thought I looked at the average weather in Hawaii. I know Kona gets warmer than Hilo, but I didn't remember getting in the hundreds. I thought the highest temperature there was not over 100. But I can look that up later. But I remember reading like, wow, even on the so-called hot side, it's still it doesn't have the same kind of heat waves that we have out here. But yeah, I know it's a lot drier on that side. Yeah, it all dumps down on the windward side. Alexi, yeah, you're in Texas. Yeah, I know you guys have been dealing with a brutal heat wave for a long time, and sounds like it's going to keep on going. So stay cool. Annoying but morally consistent. Oh, sorry that you gotta like shovel your house or cars out too. See, that's nothing I've never experienced. And I'm gonna go somewhere I'm not gonna ever have to do that. I'm gonna try to get through this life without ever having to shovel out a car or a front door. Yep, it's been hot in Austin. Pretty much all southern and central Texas. They've been baking. Not bacon, but baking. Let's see, how long have I been? Oh, exactly 2 hours. Whoa, what do you know? Let's see, I'll go a little tiny bit longer. I'm starting to feel the hunger. I did go to the gym. It's a Friday, But any other things you want to ask or any questions, and we'll have a look-see. It's been a pretty chill night. I didn't get too pissed off tonight. That's good. I consider that a win. Vegan Person, I'm convinced now, has been exploring how to create a bot, because Vegan Person is doing a wonderful impression of what some kind of vegan meme chat bot would sound like. So wonderful job. If you could share that code with me, seriously, I'd love that. I could just have it randomly tweet all day. Awesome. Wow, AJ. Arizona pavement temperatures have been 160. I saw they set a new record in the Phoenix, Arizona area. The most consecutive days over 110 degrees. Nope, that's not mustard. That'd be crazy. What kind of freak would like just squirt a big bottle of mustard this size and just down it all in a night? That'd be crazy. Oh, Star Cradle. Tennis was one of my sports. In fact, when I go to the gym, my gym bag is my tennis racket bag. Since I haven't been playing tennis, I just took the rackets out. I have my basketballs in there and change of clothes and stuff like that. Yeah, I love tennis. I just haven't played much lately. I used to play a lot. I was totally into it. But yeah, I watched the Wimbledon finals. Yeah, the 5-setter, that was amazing. And maybe people get pissed off at me. I wasn't rooting for the guy who eats a vegan diet, Novak Djokovic. As far as I know, he's not fully vegan, he eats a vegan diet. I was rooting for Carlos Alcaraz. I think he's, when I first saw him a couple years ago, this is it. This is the new Federer. This is the guy who's going to dominate men's tennis for years to come. He's going to win a ton of Grand Slams. He's already won 2. The guy's got an amazing game, just all-around game, no weaknesses. He's getting better all the time. He's only like 20 years old. As soon as I saw him, I go, I'm an Alcaraz fan, just instantly. The guy is an amazing athletic specimen, so talented. That drop shot is insane. But yeah, I like tennis. Oh, that's crazy, Heidi. Blisters. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, I watched those old McEnroe and Borg Wimbledon finals, too. Oh, yeah. I've been a tennis fan since the 80s, for sure. Yeah, those are classic. I didn't know what kind of golden era I was living in back then for tennis. But, yeah, that was an amazing rivalry. Yeah, those are 2 great athletes, too, of their time. Likewise. Oh, you're an Alcaraz fan too, Star Cradle? Yeah, I felt kind of bad. Like, I should be rooting for Djokovic, but I just like Alcaraz as a person, his personality and his game so much better. It's just like watching a young Federer of sorts. But anyway, I know, Kimberly. I know. I don't know how the climate change deniers explain what the crap's going on. Just gaslight it. No, it's not this. It's not that. Something else. It's humans. It's impossible for humans to affect the climate. There's no way it could be done. Yeah, sad watching what's going on. Just got, man. Even the most climate change alarmists didn't see things getting so bad so quickly. Another reason I kind of want to get to Hawaii soon. I think it'll be better out there in the long run, but we'll see how it all goes down. It's apocalypse, huh? Oh wow, Janice, so sorry to hear about your dad died when he was 45, massive heart attack. You were only 13 when he passed away. Wow, sorry to hear that. Yeah, my dad, he didn't pass away from a heart attack, but he had several heart attacks before he died. So I can relate. Ace, what should you do for climate change exactly? Well, there's a number of things. I don't know if one person doing anything can make any difference, but collectively we can make a huge difference. And I'm just citing United Nations data here, and someone made me aware, I think it was Brian Kroc who made me aware of a new Oxford study that showed that plant-based diets produce like 75% less greenhouse gas emissions than meat-eating diets do. And the United Nations report, I quote from their FAO committee, the Farming and Agriculture Organization report from Rome 2005, that animal agriculture is responsible for more greenhouse gas emissions than all of transportation exhaust combined. So just little things like that, like maybe not consuming animal products. That there's a start. That's one thing you can do right there. So yeah, going vegan or at least eating a plant-based diet can make a difference. And again, this is not my opinion. This is the United Nations. This is a report, a giant report, like hundreds of pages long, tons of footnotes for references. It's not just some shirtless carnivore guy ranting in front of a TikTok Chick-fil-A. This is totally science, evidence-based. Not my opinion. We're just reporting what that is in the report. Wow, okay. Janet, I can relate. Yeah, your dad had 2 strokes before that heart attack got him. Yeah, I think my dad had 3 heart attacks, and then when he finally passed away, it wasn't really a heart attack. Just his health just had so deteriorated. He had emphysema. He had oxygen tank thing to help him breathe. Uncle, yeah, you want that report? Yeah, let me get that for you. Let's go find it together. In fact, one place I can quickly find that without having to do too much Googling is Cowspiracy Facts. So, again, this Cowspiracy didn't make this report. It's just like a bookmark for me right here. Livestock's long shadow. Let me click on it. Here it is. Here's the link to it. Livestock's long shadow from the Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations, Rome, 2006. I said 2005. I was off a little bit. So here's the UN report. There you go, Uncle. Again, this has nothing to do with Cowspiracy, whether you like them or hate them or anything like that. I know some anti, you can't trust them. No, this is the links on their website to support what they said in the movie. This is the United Nations talking here. Anyway. Wow, what are you talking there, Milo? Shaming religions for supporting bestiality, artificial I don't know, that's a religious thing, Milo. It's just what meat producers and dairy producers do. You know, you can be an atheist and be a meat producer or whatever, you know. Just letting people know how animals are forcibly impregnated to keep them fed or to keep them drinking fluid that they don't need to drink. That's what vegan activists like us try to do, amongst other things. Show them the inherent cruelty, just the insane things people do so they can have a freaking hamburger or glass of milk. It's ridiculous. Hey, Peter. All right, so I'm going to get going really soon. Any last minute questions, or shall we get going? We've been on 2 hours and 9 minutes. Actually, 2 hours and 10 minutes. I came on a minute early today. But yeah, vegan milk tastes delicious. Yeah, Angie just got me some vegan chocolate milk. I love it. So good. Damn. It was just like some basic brand like Silk too, not some fancy designer one. It tastes wonderful. Dana Bananas, how's it going? You became vegan for health? Stayed for the animals. Yep, exactly. Yeah, come for whatever reason. Some people come for climate change reasons. You know, then they learn while they're eating their plant-based diet, oh, all the cruelty and exploitation that goes on in animal agriculture. Oh, I'm gonna be full-on vegan now. Oh, sorry, Milo, that our bot is blocking your post there. You must have used a word that it doesn't like. It happens sometimes, so I'm not sure what you said there, so I apologize, Milo. Just say it again if you want without the you could probably guess what word. I didn't see your post, but yeah, if you know there's a word that could be kind of considered foul language, yeah, just change it. I'm sure it'll get through next time. Uncle, what's that Cowspiracy. You want the Cowspiracy site, Uncle? Well, I did you get the link to the study? Here's the study. If you want the Cowspiracy facts page, I'll link to that as well. So you can get that here. So you can check out, yeah, this is a good resource of information about just, you know, things that you might want to show non-vegans, or these are the facts that support the claims made in Cowspiracy. Again, these are not Cowspiracy's made up stuff. These are links down there at cowspiracy.com facts to, like, say, governmental publications or United Nations, intergovernmental public, international groups is what I'm trying to say. Often there's links to scientific studies, whatever it takes to get the information that the evidence-based information to show that what they're saying in Cowspiracy isn't a bunch of crap. Oh, Bob Hill, what is the technology to deal with the changing climate? I've heard idiots like Neil deGrasse Tyson, when he was like trashing veganism, 6 years ago, like, imagine we could build some giant machine that will suck all the carbon. Like, well, where the hell is it? What are you guys waiting for? I mean, you guys knew since the 70s what was going on with greenhouse gas emissions, and here we are in 2023, and we're having the worst summer ever since humans have been recording temperatures. Where's this stuff at? Like, what are you waiting for? But we all can start right now by not eating animal products. It's simple, done. You don't have to wait for some giant machine to get unleashed into the atmosphere and stuff like that, which may never come. Who knows? How come Elon Musk isn't building it or whatever? Where is it? Yeah, Milo. Yeah, I that's why I relate to Buddhism so much. Yeah, I was Buddhist before I went vegan, but yeah, Buddhism helped pull me into veganism. I think the philosophies of Buddhism of not harming sentient beings. Wow, AJ, a mountain biker died recently helping hikers in the desert who had no food or water. Yeah, well, lab-grown meat can help, Bob. Hopefully, meat eaters won't be turned off by it, because the meat industry is going to spend millions of dollars on a slanderous campaign or some kind of, like what the milk industry did with that Aubrey Plaza, trying to make people perceive plant-based milks as being tasty as wood, comparing it to wood. So I'm 100% certain the meat industry will soon, once they see a threat to their business, start spending their millions of dollars on marketing to brainwash people that, oh, that's fake meat, is robotic and tastes like crap and stuff like that. They're going to poison people's minds. So hopefully that that won't work, but they got a lot of money behind them. Lab-grown meat, they don't have a lot of money behind them. They spent all their money on the R&D, ramping up production. They don't have big budgets for marketing. Yeah, transit future, exactly. Let's see. Jesse, do you have any prospects for EVs coming out? Yeah, totally. Look for later on this year, the Hyundai 2023 Kona. The Hyundai Kona. There's an electric Kona out already, but they introduced in the spring what will be coming out later on this year. Maybe it's the 2024 model. It's not released yet, but look at it. It's a really nice looking little car. It starts, I think, about $34,000. It has a range of 260 or 280 miles. I thought that'd be perfect for Hawaii, because it's really hard to drive that far, because it's kind of limited. You just can't keep driving forever. But check that out. I think it's a really has great features, great price. I think it's the best bargain in the electric car market. So keep your eyes out for the upcoming Hyundai Kona. Again, not sponsored or anything like that. I might end up getting one in a few years. Who knows? I'm cool with mine right now, though. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, AJ. Your last two Hyundais had too many issues and recalls. How long ago was that? I almost called you Hyundai. How many years ago was that, AJ, when you had Hyundais? I wonder if they've improved their manufacturing game. And their electric cars are like a whole new platform. Maybe they're made better. So yeah, let me know though. How long ago was it when you had Hyundais? Hey, Super Bowl. Good night to you too. I know, isn't that kind of funny, Graham? I know, I thought it was so appropriately named. Like, gee, I'll drive a Kona in Kona. And sure enough, there's a Hyundai dealer in Kona, Hawaii, and they have plenty. Like last time I checked, they had 3, 4, or 5 electric Konas in the Kona at the Kona dealer in Hawaii. It's just too perfect. But anyway. Yeah, Toyota's pretty solid. That's what I have right now. I have a Prius Prime, which is a plug-in electric hybrid. It gets the job done for me. It's been pretty very reliable since I had it since, was it 2017 or 18? Let's see. Your last one was okay. About a decade ago, the engine died in the middle of a highway. There was a recall. Yeah. I'll do some more research. I think they've upped their game since then, from what I understand. But I appreciate you sharing that with me. But I think they've gotten more reliable as time's gone on. They've become like more like the solid Japanese cars of the that we're used to. Yeah, but that does suck. A hybrid camper minivan in the U.S. Wow. I know the Volkswagen has announced the release of their electric bus for the United States next year, but I don't know if it's really a minivan. It looks pretty big, and it's really expensive too, so it's a non-starter for me. Yeah, speaking of replicator food, yeah, I'm hoping maybe tonight I'll watch the new Captain Pike. What's that called? Brave New Worlds. I'm really digging it. I think this is the season 2. Season 1's great too. Yeah, I like Star Trek. I'm more of a Trekkie than a Star Wars person. Even though I like Star Wars, but I'm more of a Trekkie. So yeah, I'm really digging this series. I wasn't too excited about Picard. Just kind of weird storyline, weird plot, kind of too dark for me too. But I'm digging the Captain Pike series. Yeah, Diablo say a Tesla is a no-go. I'm not going to get a Tesla. Yeah, first of all, they don't really have good support for them on the Big Island in Hawaii. And yeah, I'm just not a fan of Elon anymore. I used to think it was cool a long time ago, but how he's been revealed to, what kind of person he's been revealing himself to be over the past several years. Yeah, not my favorite man anymore. Plus, he's openly working on his brain implants, putting them into first pigs and then primates, and it's not into that at all. So yeah, I'm not a fan. So yeah, that's why I'm looking at the Hyundai Kona. And if you want to spend a little bit more money, the Hyundai Ioniq 6. The 5s are out now, but the new one, the 6, looks like a really amazing car, but it's like $10,000+ more. If you're well-to-do, look at that one as well. It looks like better than any Tesla. The Brave New World is trippy, you think, John? I don't know if I describe it as trippy, but you're welcome to, though. There's taxes and stuff, Diablo, so I'm not sure how it compares, like a price for you guys in Scandinavia versus here in the United States, if the taxes are any different. But there's all sorts of weird little taxes on cars here, but I really don't know how it compares to your prices. But yeah, I like my plug-in hybrid for now. It gets the job done. The electric range is only like 30 odd miles, but that's usually more than enough for me on a typical days of driving, since I don't really drive far. I don't like commute or anything like this, to go and get stuff done or try to go see some nature or something like that out here. Yeah, if I have to go further, yeah, I'll have to dip into the petroleum engine, but yeah, the electric engine gets the job done like 9 out of 10 days. Well, that's awesome. Norway has the most electric cars in the world. I think I did hear that, because they removed all tax on electric cars. They reinstated it now, though. Ah, bummer. That sucks. Yeah, I want to see someone do an in-depth discussion of the food replicator on Star Trek. That would be interesting. Jesse, personally not well-to-do, but I am well to manage. Well, take a look. Yeah, if you can afford a Hyundai Ioniq, I would go for that if it were more affordable. But yeah, $10,000. Nah, I'd rather just save $10,000 and get the Kona when it comes out. Both of these are new cars coming out like right now or later on this year. Uncle, when you went to Germany, everyone drove a Mercedes. Wow, interesting. Well, I don't know about, what do you mean they're about reacting emotionally, about Elon Musk transit future? I'm reacting intellectually. I choose to not support a guy who I believe to be a completely sociopathic narcissist with some questionable beliefs. And I have every right to choose to support a different car manufacturer. It's not emotional. It's just me, as I always am. I'm very conscious about where my money goes. So I'd rather not support him. Others can. Cool. If you own a Tesla, cool. I don't think you're a bad person if you own one. They're attractive cars. They're very technologically sophisticated, cool cars. But yeah, don't have, there's other ones out there. It's like we all have to buy a Tesla and support Elon Musk. We can support other companies too. Yeah, I know. It's weird how there's affordable Chinese electric vehicles, and I'm wondering if any of them are going to hit our market or anything like that. Yeah, Jesse, there's all sorts of, just watch like Hassan Abi of all people. Watch him on YouTube, or he's kind of like me, he just sees the same thing about Elon. It's not, at first I think I'm weird. Why am I seeing all this negative stuff? It must be me. I'm a bad person. No, it's just out there in the open. It's not me being like overly critical or anything like that. It's pretty obvious bad stuff. But yeah, again, if you like him, cool. Don't take it out on me or anything like that. It's my personal right to not agree with Elon Musk and his crap. Yeah, Diablo. So I didn't want to make it political, but he spouts so much conspiracy theory stuff. Like when Nancy Pelosi's husband got brutally attacked in his home and stabbed, he gave power to the right-wing conspiracy theory. It was some kind of gay lover quarrel or something like that. No, some maniac who hated Nancy Pelosi broke into the Pelosi residence looking for her, found her husband instead, and stabbed him. There's no gay lover thing or something like that. It's just complete nut job stuff. And he repeated it. He amplified that insane theory. This is crap. Like, that's just one example. You don't see other CEOs doing that. I didn't see Tim Cook of Apple do that, or Jeff Bezos of Amazon do anything like that. Just specific things like that just kept adding up. How he's just totally made Twitter this hellish hellscape that I don't want to be on anymore. So anyway, again, if you're a fan, don't hate me. I think I'm just free to express the things I've seen that have made me be completely turned off to his whole trip. Maybe you're right, vegan person. That might be the first completely spot on thing you said tonight. Was that Uncle? You heard that Tesla won't let any other mechanics work on their cars except them? Well, who are their mechanics? Because they don't really have like Tesla, that many Tesla dealers where you have the service stuff like Toyota has. Maybe they have certified ones that are independent. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. What would I do if I had won the $1 billion lottery? I would be moving tomorrow. No, I still gotta stick around, help my mom out. She's old, she needs my assistance and stuff. But I'd just bring her with me. I guess I would get her a nice little place next door, and we'd be gone. Yeah, Twitter is like a crazy Wild West. It's just totally nuts now. The guardrails have been taken off. And people that were banned for hate speech were welcomed back on and have blue checks now. And it's crazy. All right, any last minute things for me? We'll end on this weird note of Elon Musk here. Any last second things? I'm going. I'm pretty hungry now. Hopefully Angie has gotten the food going. But yeah, I'm on Threads now. For those of you who are not in the European Union like Diablo, look for me, Ryan Lumrocks. And Angie has Happy Healthy Vegan. I just got to figure out how to get that on my phone to have the two accounts. I'll have to put some time to that because I think she wants me to do the Threads because she's all doing the Instagram and stuff. So I'll do the Threads. So anyway, yeah, find us on there, Happy Healthy Vegan and Ryan Lumrocks on Threads, because I made a post. I'm just leaving my Twitter account to die. I just want to be gone, just over it. And Threads is still a work in progress, Uncle, but I like how it's not a hellscape of hate and bigotry and all that. So I like it better. I don't need my blood to boil, my heart rate and blood pressure to go up when I use a social media platform. It's bad enough when I read my YouTube comments and stuff, but when I'm on other apps, it should be chill, you know. But so anyway, yeah, that's my thoughts there. So find us there. Threads. If you're not familiar with that, is Jana, that's Facebook, seeing the writing on the wall earlier in the year, saw how Twitter is getting worse and worse. He had a team at Facebook, or Meta, make a new kind of platform that's a lot like Twitter. In fact, so much so, Elon got so butthurt, he sent a cease and desist to Meta, like, take down your Threads app, it copied mine so much, and they just ignored his shit. But anyway, yeah, it's a Twitter competitor, and it's the most fastest growing app, you know, most adoption, most downloaded app in the history of humankind so far. It got 100 million registered users in like its first week or something like that. It's not great yet. It's a version like 1.0 software, you know, but it's pretty damn good so far. So I can imagine they'll keep improving it. But it's Facebook. You know, Zuckerberg is known for being really not cool about tracking and privacy, selling your data to people like Cambridge Analytics and stuff like that. But, you know, it's kind of like, all right, as bad as that is, I don't like what Elon's doing, so I'll go with Zuckerberg. I'll go with the devil I know there. Pick your sociopathic billionaire. Which one you can handle better? Threads is like it's like Twitter. It's a lot like Twitter. There's some differences. You can't do hashtags yet. A few other major things, but the look and feel of it is a hell of a lot like Twitter. It has an algorithmic generated feed, kind of like Twitter, kind of like TikTok. So a lot of people you're not following, you'll see in your feed as well, but you should hopefully see a lot of the people you're following. So yeah, find us there, Happy Healthy Vegan and Ryan Lum Rocks. Yeah, it's like Facebook Lite, or more like Instagram Lite. In fact, when you join Threads, it uses like your Instagram account, so it'll find your followers, so you can start following all your people you've been following on Instagram, and they can know you're on there too. It kind of helps get the platform jump started rather than starting from scratch like a Blue Sky or a Mastodon or something like that. So that's one advantage it has. It's leveraging that they already have like hundreds of millions of registered users, and that kind of got the platform going quickly. So anyway, yeah, check it out, guys. I'm not here to promote Zuckerberg or anything like that, or Meta, but yeah, check it out. We're on there, Happy Healthy Vegan and Ryan Lum Rocks. So I use Facebook a little bit, Uncle. I kind of use it to read through groups. Like I'm on some Hawaii groups, like moving to Hawaii groups, and some music gear groups and stuff like that. I don't really use it for like, but most people use Facebook much anymore. Even though it does still, in the feed still shows me friends and stuff like that. But yeah, I like it now for like getting information that actually helps me in my everyday life experience. No, Mastodon's a social media app that a lot of people went to when Musk started destroying Twitter, but people caught on. Mastodon's really not going to probably catch on. It's kind of weird. Not weird, but some weird technical things about it, how it's on servers and stuff like that, and you might not be on the same one that your friends' stuff are on. But anyway, yeah, Discord could be cool. It's a little more technical than most people are used to, I think. Its user interface is more towards techies, I think, than like your average person, your grandpa and mom and 8-year-old cousins and stuff like that. It's still not as user-friendly as like Twitter or Threads or something like that, guys. All right, guys, thanks so much. Thank you, Uncle, for moderating so diligently, even though we had a pretty chill night. But I thank you nonetheless for being here, so I'm not just like on my own soloing. And Peter, I know you had to pop in and out a few times, and thanks, Peter, for being here too. And thank you, Peter, for sending me the 2 new stories that you sent me. I'll probably follow up with that Piers Morgan one. Can't believe there's more Piers Morgan nonsense. But if Piers has a vegan on, I'm interested. Yeah, I'm glad you could make it tonight, Diablo. So way out there in in Norway. You know, it must be super late there right now. I can't imagine what kind of sleep schedule you're on. And good to see you all. Thanks, AJ. Mozzie, hey, I haven't seen you all night. Have you been lurking or just pop on right now? Because I'm going to get going. But remember, we started 2.5 hours ago, so mark that down. Whatever time it is right now, subtract 2 hours and 30 minutes. Mark that down for next Friday. That's when we do this every time. Oh, you're working at night. Awesome. All right, thank you guys. Thanks for being so cool. Even Bob wasn't that bad this week, Bob. So we appreciate that as well. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate you guys spending your time chilling with me on Friday nights, just talking about veganism. And as we kind of progress on in the evening, we tend to talk about almost anything. Tonight we talked about cars and stuff, so a little bit. So and movies and all that stuff and weather. And it doesn't suck being vegan. All right, guys, I'm starving. I'm gonna go see what Angie's got going on. And now I should be able to get a video out for you next week. Now that all our contractor stuff's done here, we're cool now. Our life rhythms can kind of get back in place. And I'm gonna try to go surfing next week too, because I haven't gone since October, and I'm itching to go. My board's ready to go. It's all patched and watertight and everything. All right, guys. So I think Angie's got another vlog. No, I can't remember if she's got another vlog in the works. I don't remember. I should know this, but I don't. So anyway, there'll be more videos next week, and for sure next Friday live stream. That'll be the last one before my birthday, my last live stream at age 55. So be here for that one, because my birthday is just a couple days after that. I guess it'll be kind of a birthday live stream of sorts. Like, I guess I can do it 3 days before. No problem with that, I don't think. All right, guys, and I might have a new haircut by then too. I think I'm getting a new haircut middle of next week. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. Much love to you all, and remember, it doesn't suck. Where is it? I can't find my button here. It doesn't suck being vegan, guys. See you guys next Friday. Much love.